been a week.
Boo.
Boo. Wonderful week. Last week, you guys got into so many hijinks. It was so much fun. I've got something on the phone. I'm dying. Cool. Went and met in the morning of the night before. Met with Vex and Vex's boss, whose name was Zarkul. You guys look absolutely hilarious, on point. To the point where you took, and then Zarkul took a little bit of offence, and you guys were kind of dismissed. And as you went out to discuss what was going on, what you wanted to do, took a little nap by the duck pond. I don't think any ducks were killed this time around. You head off in different parties down to Oldbridge. Oldbridge being the south of Redvant, where it borders with the border forest, and where the elves have a garrison just outside the city to kind of control the border and the flow of people into the forest as part of their job of guarding the forest, to make sure no one can travel south.
Big up the elves.
Big up the Alps. And as you got there, found out there was some problems at the border, that something had attacked a group, that there was a lost party in the forest and hadn't made it back from Iden, and that you had, and that they needed some help. They were lining up ready to defend the Old Bridge, or Old Bridge as the town was called, not the Old Bridge itself, which was pretty fucked up. And you guys leapt into action. I've never seen such generous acts from everyone. Grabbing weapons, pushing through the elven front line, and heading down to see what was at the bridge. I have got something in my throat. It pissed me off. What made you at the bridge was a troll. A troll that had smashed and broken part of the bridge already, and was causing a general ruckus. Didn't appear to be of any dark nature. It was definitely from Ashlyn. There's tales and tolls of trolls before, but normally they stay away from people when they act. They don't necessarily act as vengefully and as aggressively as you saw this one. But you quickly dispatched a couple of nicely thrown out spells. You worked quite well together, I think, to destroy my big boy beast troll and put him in the grave, taking away some trophies. And after all of that fun, Faywin nearly drowned, trying to cross a bridge, which I think you immediately then decided you were going to come back from. Then you weren't sure, then took a short rest. So we join our party as you are on the south side of the river, right towards the border forest. You had just completed your short rest, and you were deciding whether to pursue the missing party, which included one of Faywin's good old friends, Meadow, or to head back because you were a little bit worse for wear. I head over to you. As I die. Sorry. So yeah, over to you guys. Anyone want to kick off?
So, hey, Garin, what do you want to do?
Well, I mean, we're here to try and find Meadow for Faywin, are we not? I thought that was the whole point of come up over here.
I was told there was a meadow that we were looking for. I was looking forward to relaxing in it.
Zaga, Meadow is my best friend. She's gone missing. It's not a joke. It's not a field. It's not somewhere for you to relax. She's like a sister to me, and she's gone.
We're looking for another elf?
Yes.
Yes, another elf.
What?
Do you guys have like a call, like an owl? You like forest and stuff. Can you do like, I don't know, go cuckoo or something?
No, we don't have an elf call.
Just say like your own name, maybe.
It kind of sounds like you should have a call.
Faywin, can you? Would you be able to track if anyone's gone through the forest here with your ranger skills?
What an incredible question, Mopper.
Can you?
I am what else? Well, I'm very familiar with the forest, so I can help the party walk through it. But You know, as much as I want to see Meadow and I want to make sure that she's safe, I don't know if after that troll, maybe we need some more help. What do you guys think?
That means trying to get back over that bridge, and you had a bit of a bad time with it.
I've only just dried out.
And that's to even, try and get them over here, and they've got to jump over it. And they didn't seem too willing to help it the first time. It could be losing valuable time.
I don't know what to do.
Who's got what passive perception? You, those with above 10 passive
I start walking off into the wood.
Nice. As you start walking up to the woods, those with above 10 passive perception see a few of the elves coming down towards the bridge. The quiet that had ensued
Fuck's
after you
sakes,
go
man.
fighting. You start to see them, and they're coming down in a slow formation. You see them rather than hear them. As you see a few of them coming over, obviously the opposite side of the bridge away from you.
Hey, look, some more elves are coming.
Maybe you could go and shout them over.
What's that about a shower?
I can go and shout them from the bridge. And then get them to come and talk to us over the bridge. I'm sure we can do that.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
go to
mate.
the bridge and try and talk to them.
What a great idea, Zaga.
Oh god, I'm done. Cool. So as you make your way over to the bridge, they come down and see you guys set up. A few of them start to fan out. You see there's only about probably 6 or 7 of the elves there, and the one at the front is a slightly more armoured elf that you had spoken to in different amounts, depending on who'd been down there before. As he kind of comes up to the edge of the broken bridge to kind of meet you halfway.
Hey, what's going on, guys? You see that fucking troll we killed?
We do see the troll. A very good job indeed. We feared the worst when it went quiet and heard nothing from you. So you managed to... I see the bridge has taken a bit of a bashing. That you or him?
That would have been him, I think. It was like this when we got here.
Okay. I mean, it's... that's something that needs to be worked on, but we can get on that. So is everybody okay? You all accounted for? Do you need any help? Do you need any assistance? What's the deal?
Hey, if you've got any supplies, anything that could help us, we'll go looking for your missing party.
Supplies? Maybe.
Gold. We need gold. This one, and I point at Zaga, he runs on gold.
Gold. So you've killed the troll, and now you want gold. I mean, this is not something I can make a deal for. If you're going to head in, we can give you information to help track down the party, and I can speak to the superiors in Eden. But I mean, is this, you want to make a deal for this? I don't understand. Are we having a business transaction?
Arthur, now's not the time to be asking for gold.
I tell you what, I'll settle for some of those berries and a rapier if you've got one.
So, we've come from Gordon. So the good berries. We can muster some of the good berries. And a rapier is easy enough to garnish. What information will you need? We will pass on obviously anything you can do to help to the superiors at Eden. But is there anything else you need us? Do you need us to? Are you okay over there? We'll work on the bridge.
I mean, if you can get a couple of guys over here to help us, that'll be grand.
We could.
Do you know how many were in the party that went missing?
We are unaccounted for 4. Some of the party made it back, but yes, 4 heads at the moment unaccounted for. Oh shit, no, 6. My bad. 6 heads unaccounted for. 2 made it back on the transition party, and 6 we haven't heard of.
The 2 that made it back, did they have anything to say about the others?
Only that they got separated by beasts in the woods, and we're waiting for them on the edge of the forest when we saw the troll approaching. That's all they told us, is that they were attacked, split up, and presumed hiding in the woods, lost in the woods, either making their way back to Eden or to come to us. But the trek to Eden is days worth of trek, so our hope is they would hide and make their way to us at some point.
Can you spare a couple of guys?
I can definitely ask for volunteers to walk you on the trails. They're
Just to walk us on the trails, or
they can walk you the trails. They can try and support where they can. A lot of the guys are a little shaken up by what's going on here. I think providing you guys here have dispatch of this troll will definitely give them some heart in the matter. But yes, we can provide. I feel like you as fighters may be stronger than something that I can provide here. This is not a military outpost. This is it's. And he goes, and he just steps back, and then just like leaps across the same way that that Von Van had done before to get kind of close. So he's not shouting across the guy to you guys. And Zago lands next to you at the bridge and just says, "Look, this is not a military operation. The border control is here to stop smugglers and low-level bandits, and mainly stop people just making stupid mistakes trying to cross the forest themselves. Mainly what we do is animal control and just warding people off. We aren't military trained. We're not really fighters. So I can provide
Don't worry about it. I'm an expert at finding elves. I found these two in our group.
Well, this is good. But I can provide you some aid. The guys will definitely be able to walk you on the trail, and we'll accompany you. But just be aware they're not trained military men.
Do they have any skills that could help? Like I can,
Yes. Yeah,
I can track, but
they will know the route that was being taken. We regularly perform routine searches across the front of the forest to stop anyone coming down the river, to stop anyone trying to make their way from the swamp in or from Redvant into the forest. So they can definitely walk you on the route. It's not a path on the floor, but it's a well-trodden route. So they will give you the direction at least that the party would have been travelling, which will be very useful in the forest because I'm assuming you haven't been through this part of the border forest before.
Do any of you guys have knowledge of the roads less travelled through the forest?
For our own safety and patrols, we tend to stick to the areas that we can clear and have cleared. So I don't believe so. There aren't. We know of smuggler routes, and we shut down smuggler routes, and we know that the forest takes back smuggler routes where they are carved through. So it's more going to be if I was the party, and I'm hoping the party's training's kicked in, that they would have knuckled down or got off the route not too far for their way to find their way back in. Getting lost in the border forest is something you don't want to do.
it's fine that the volunteers that could help us, they might know the route, but do they know things like if there's any owlbears that live nearby or any other threats that aren't smugglers? Because I know Meadow. She was part of that group, and she was very much military trained. She's very strong, and I just feel like smugglers wouldn't be a problem for her, but it's more the wild beasts that I'm worried about.
The wild beast would be my worry as well. And he kind of points back, seeing the troll that's come out of it. We are seeing and hearing of levels of aggression from the animals that we have not seen before that are causing some more issues. Like I say, most of the towns, most of the patrols that are performed by us are very local. They're in the close to the edge of the forest. Deeper in the forest, they're around the city and the border controls there. They're up in the trees. They're a little safer, but I can't guarantee that the animals won't cause you a problem. Looking at what's happening here, that could well be something to watch for.
So I look at Von, and I ask, as a druid, do you feel that you could maybe help calm the beasts down? And then I look back at the geezer in the armor and say, like, have you tried that? Have you had people that have beast thingies? Have you?
Companions. Yeah, not part of our said, the border.
But it doesn't seem like you're controlling anything then.
Well,
And then I just start sobbing.
like I say, this is a post that is here to stop mainly petty smugglers and almost try to deter anyone from entering the forest rather than to put up a fight. We are not a trained army. We haven't been. And he kind of turns to you from and like, we haven't been a trained army for a very long time. Our job is to maintain the forest, to ward off creatures if they do become too powerful, become unruly. But mainly that's it. We're not trained for this. If this is, and we'll point back to Troll. If this is what is coming out of the forest.
Of course. I mean, I can try to see if I can calm down the beast, but I can't promise anything. If from what we've heard from the elves back in the tent, back in the chapel, it seems like there's something else at play here rather than just the beast being beast. It almost feels like something is causing this heightened anger and aggression. I think we need to find the source of that more than anything. I don't think just trying to calm the beast itself is going to work.
Yes, well, this, as they say, is above my pay grade. This is information that I have requested. We pass back, and actually we will wait. We normally wait for the runners to come from Eden up to collect, but this is information we will pass back to the capital for them to process, to deal with. But here we don't have the we don't have the ability to quit it. We can't from here correct what is ever happening in the forest, nor are we close enough to really what is happening in the forest. The border forest is vast. We only patrol certain areas and have our control points, but patrolling the whole forest is not possible.
Of course.
Hey, look, the more time we spend talking here, the less likely it is we're going to find this party. Elf guy, if you can get me those berries and that rapier, we'll be good to go. I'll find your elves.
Yeah, it's okay. That's good. If I shall find some companions, some volunteers to walk you on the trail and grab the rapier and some good berries for you all and set you off, I suppose.
Thank you.
At this point, how far is Arthur into the forest?
Well, he spoke for a bit, so I assume he stopped and shouted for a bit. It's up to Arthur.
No, I've stopped and noticed they're still talking, so I'm kind of just leaning against a tree, getting the dirt out from underneath my nails.
I was going to say you're doing your nails.
Yeah. The cleanest nails in all the land. Cool. So yeah, he gives you a little nod, hops back across. As you see some more elves are coming down now with some wood, and they've knocked together just some simple planking to throw across the two areas. There's a few of them there. Shoots back, grabs one of the elven rapiers. It's not in great condition, but
Do you have an nail file on you by any chance?
The guys that are putting down, you're asking the elves that are putting down things.
Yeah.
One looks up and goes, "What?"
It's my friend. Yeah, he's very particular about his nails. I just wondered if you have a nail file on you there.
What are you talking about? Just looks back. It's kind of like, what? Backs up. And you see two, the captain doesn't come back, but you see two elves on their way down towards you.
I'll take that as an order.
Yeah. As they cross over the bridge. One with rapier in hand, and one with a small bag of good berries, as one of the elves, slightly taller on the board, stood a little bit more stern, is holding him, comes up and says, the captain has sent us down. I am told to give you the sword, and passes the sword to you, Zaga, and then somebody wanted some good berries.
Yeah, that was me too.
Here you go. Here's all the good berries we can spare. There's 4 good berries in the pouch.
How do I add these to my character sheet?
You have to do it manually.
Yeah, so you
Oh,
have to
okay.
one at a time. Yeah. I think we were going to try.
Yeah, you have to
if
like
do-
add a
add a
custom one
Yeah.
because I had the issue.
May I remind you, Herb, as we enter the forest, I am a natural explorer.
I am a natural explorer. What's that? The kid from Up? Is that you?
Yeah, I'm him, and I'm hoping to meet a talking dog, and it can be my pet, called Ralph. But
100% gonna
yeah, so I'm a natural explorer, and forest is my chosen terrain, favourite terrain.
We need a horse called Nigel as well.
Baby Nigel.
Cool. Let's get some stat blocks up for your followers. Cool. So the first guy introduces himself as Erwin, and he says, "This is Talon."
It's so good to meet you. Thank you for your help.
Everyone's like, no worries. We, it's part of our duty to make sure that we are protecting the border, and yep, this is exciting, and this is what we were trained for, and this is where we come from. And Talon behind is a little bit more nervous. You can see that they're already just like, not like pissed off with it, but definitely do not want to go. Maybe a little bit hesitant is the word I'm looking for. Just like, yeah. So you guys need to. We need to walk you guys on the route, right? The watch route that the party took.
Welcome to the team, guys. Follow the big red guy.
Team.
Perfect. Have you been through the border forest before? Anybody?
I have,
Cool.
as a young elf, my friend Meadow, the one that's missing,
Mm-hmm.
she's from the border forest, and we spent a lot of time here as young elves.
Ah, you know Meadow. Yeah,
Yes, Meadow's my best friend. She's like a sister to me.
Yeah, she's cool. Yeah, we'll hopefully we can find Meadow. And then as he's and you notice from like skin complexion that these elves are closer to Vonven's like lighter skin than the kind of more suntanned Feywin skin. You can tell that these are wood elves as trained. Cool.
Yes.
Oh,
I am also, well, fairly familiar with the border forest, but more to the east side. Never really ventured into this side.
nice. Oh, cool. Yeah, I'm not. We don't get many over from the west side anymore. You guys kind of stick to yourselves, but good. So you guys know what to expect. So the border forest is, yeah, it's been weird. It's been weird lately. We can take you on the route, but I would recommend staying as quiet as possible. We don't know what's out there. We know there's bad stuff out there, obviously, but we tend to keep ourselves to ourselves. A lot of the animals and things that live within the forest stay away from us, and we stay away from them until kind of recently, as you've seen. So yeah, I suggest that we'd stay pretty quiet, and then you guys just stop us whenever you want to find anything. I suppose we're looking for signs that they're there somewhere.
Yes, I've spent much of my life tracking animals, so I'm sure that I can use that for tracking maybe footprints or sensing if there's anything else. You know, that troll is really scary. I don't know if you saw it, but
Yeah.
just to see if there's anything else that might be dangerous.
Yeah, it's pretty messed up. Well, our patrols had been fine for many months. I've been at the control for 9 months now, and I've not seen any action whatsoever. And in the last few weeks, we've been always chased out the forest, hearing tales of, and you think they're just made up, right? Of howls and cries and beasts getting closer than they would do normally, and then the fucking troll breaks the bridge, right? So yeah, it's cool. All right, do you guys need anything else, or are we ready to go?
Are there areas that we can forage in the forest that you would say are safe for us to to eat from? Are there any?
No, I wouldn't be.
What?
we don't-
Nothing.
Well, I don't. I'll be honest with you. I plan on taking you around the route and getting you back out as quick as possible. I don't really want to be in that forest anymore, any longer than normal, and I sure as hell wouldn't be. So if you need food, we've got food at the camp.
Well, some food would be grand, I think, to take one of us.
Cool. Good enough. Four, sweet. And he just nudges the other guy, Erwin. Just goes, go back and get some rations. He's like, okay, yep, cool. Just runs across the bridge that they've made, and it's just 2 wooden planks because the thing shoots up to grab some rations and then comes charging back down. Gives you a minute or so without, if you guys want to do anything. But other than that, he's going to grab a bit of food. So you've got some packs. They already had stuff. And you can head off into the woods.
Let's go.
As we enter, I am going to. Do I use that? I think I'm going to use my wild companion to summon a. Just summons a spirit that takes the form of an owl.
Nice.
I don't want a hawk. Daytime, isn't it? Yeah. What? They have different stats. I actually don't know if they do or not.
Yeah, they will have different attack things, and I think there's a difference in sight.
I don't. The wild companion can't attack at all, so it's purely.
So there's definitely have a look because it'll be on their perceptions. Good. I think there's a slight tweak. I'm not 100% sure what the slight tweak is, but there definitely is a slight tweak. I'm sure it's something from perception.
Okay, so hawk is just sight, but it has owls hearing and sight.
Yeah. Decisions. Does he want an owl or does he want... As you look, the forest is a thick forest as well. Remember this, like the border forest is where you are now is slightly lighter. The trees have got a bit of separation to them, but you know as you get deeper, the only way that the elves can live above the ground is that the forest gets very thick and is very lush, kind of all year round.
I'm going to go with owl.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
Sweet. So you so it's a summoned owl. Is it an actual owl, or is it like a spectral owl?
So it's like a spectral owl.
Nice.
Does that mean I can't pet it?
You can't pet it. Yes.
Does it look spectral or does it look real?
It looks spectral.
Okay.
So it has the same like shape, and it will look like an owl, but yeah, with the kind of it's got the starry form, right?
Keep it away from Zago. I'll try and eat it.
I mean, if it looked real, I was about to lick my lips.
Yeah, so it looks like celestial. So.
Okay. Cool. Sweet. So,
while I'm while I'm within 100 foot of that, I can communicate with it telepathically. So.
And you communicate with the temple. Okay, cool. So it can tell you what's going on. Perfect. You don't see through it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I can I send it round about. I mean, I'm not gonna go about 80 foot ahead. I think let's go a bit further ahead.
Yeah. Well, you don't know exactly where you're going, so yeah, it can always stay just kind of like roughly.
Yeah, actually, probably about like 30, 40 foot ahead then.
Okay, good. Cool. So you can help me out, spot some stuff coming. So, Talon, Erwin comes back. Talon joins. He's like, it's quite cool. So he's going to keep eyes from above, right?
Yes,
Nice.
he will.
So shall we? Let's go on a walk.
Let's go.
If you would like to follow me, are you guys happy to follow Talon's lead in approaching this in a more stealthy manner?
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool. If you can give me a general stealth check, please. It'd be a group stealth check. So more passes than fails.
15.
Oh, I rolled a nat 1 and a nat 20. 15, nice. It comes down to you guys.
13.
For me.
So what, sorry for Zaga?
14 for me.
Nice.
9 for me.
Okay.
13 for me.
Arthur's on disadvantage stuff, isn't he? With his heavy armor.
I'm in a different room. I picked the wrong time to try and download this. In a different room. 2 seconds. Where's my dice? Oh, there's my dice all over the table.
Pick the highest number. Lowest number.
That's 6.
6, nice. So you start to creep off through the forest, and you notice straight away that whilst you can kind of keep your footfall light, and you can pick the way, and you're picking the same path that Talon is pointing out for you, and as you're kind of making your way through, you're taking note as well, Farin, of the forest and how it looks and the route you're taking to make sure you're committing it to memory so you won't get lost. But you are making noise. You can't pick a perfectly quiet footpath as you come through. Someone's knocking a twig and breaking off. Someone's stepping on something. Someone's knocking into a bush. So as you guys are walking, you can hear that you're kind of knocking things here and there as you make your way through.
Can I be tracking as we're walking through? Kind of
Yes.
keeping an eye out for any tracks or signs of life around us.
Yes. So
And while I'm doing that, I remain alert to danger. Just FYI.
I am alert to danger. Otherwise known as don't try and surprise me, motherfucker.
Try and kill
Cool.
me.
Let's try a little thing. So, as you guys are moving out, you're, I'm assuming, on the lookout for the ability to find tracks or see where these people might be. I've read about a beautiful little thing called a skill challenge. So,
I'm just staring at the owl. I'm not
Nice.
paying attention to anything else.
that's good.
I am walking along, swishing my rapier in the air, playing with it.
Chopping down little
I
branches.
assume that I will see an elf if there's one around because they're tall and pasty.
Perfect. So, for those that aren't doing nothing, if you are trying to track, can you look at your skills and picking a skill that you are proficient with, tell me how you would be using that skill to try and find this missing party as you're making your way. So you've already made the stealth check. There's no point making you make multiple ones now. This is your route, and all Talon is going to do is walk you on the route that they would have taken when they found out. So using the roles of your proficient skills, pick different ones. I don't all pick survival. So one person can pick survival, and one can pick, I don't know, nature. That would be the obvious one, right? But anything you'd like to pick to try and find these, depending on your roles, will depend on what happens next.
Can we discuss which ones we're going to run through?
Yes, for you to look at the skills that you're proficient in and
Yeah.
come up with. Some of them will be obvious, but some of them will be less obvious. So if you have a bad first roll and you want to make it up, you might be starting to pull from other areas of your proficiencies. And obviously, the more proficient you get in certain skills, the more proficient you get, the better it gets. But it's a test. It's a nice little thing to say, right? What are you individually good at? Pick a skill. Tell me how you would be using that skill to try and track and find these people as you're making your way. So if you imagine you're all just making your way through, following this trail through the border forest, being alert so you can't be surprised, but the tracking part is what I want to see your skills for.
So my nature, I've got very good nature skill. So I'll be recalling lore about the things around me. So any plants that don't look quite right, any sort of animals or things that just don't look quite like they should, which would draw my attention to them, and then I can see if there's anything else there that's out of
Yeah.
place, whatever.
Cool. So yeah, give me a nature check there. D20 plus your nature.
11.
11. Nice. Anybody else?
I'll go for perception.
No.
Try and see if I can see anything or hear anything.
Yep.
That's a nat 20.
Uh,
Trying the bonus on top of that? That makes
it's a
sense.
pass anyway, so no, just for if you wanted to, but I imagine it's very high.
Yeah, 23 in total.
Cool. Anybody else?
So I'm going to use my survival skill try and check, see if I can find any sort of like footprints or any sort of disturbance for kind of tracking sort of thing.
Yep.
That's a 15.
15. Nice. That's typically 3 successful, which is nice. Did anybody want add anything on there to help, or are we happy to stick with those?
I think Zaga's going to join in on this.
Yeah.
Maybe without even realizing it. So while he's swishing his rapier around, pretending he's like a Three Musketeers kind of guy,
Cute.
he's going to add some flourishes to his performance and use his performance skill, hoping that if anybody's nearby, they will notice and come out and say hello because he's so awesome.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, go for it, man.
D&D Beyond is slow with the dice rolls today.
Real dice.
That is a 14.
14. Okay.
Arthur has got an idea.
Yeah.
And knowing now that Von Van has got an animal familiar, he's thought to himself, wonder if any of the other Elps have got an animal familiar, and he's going to do a wisdom handling check to try and call over one of them.
Yes.
And that is a dirty 20.
Nice. Perfect. So, trying to call out to a bird.
I'm just going to call out to random animals and hope that one of them is a familiar.
Nice, I like it. That's really funny for no other reason than I can't say why. Cool. So yeah, as you guys are making your way through, and Talon and Erwin are just kind of leading you through, and you're picking your way, and you're trying to check for things here, and they're looking as well, but they're not. Again, they're not trained. They walk routes. Some of these guys maybe have stayed at the border for a while, so it's kind of on you. Definitely with the nature and survival checks, as the elves are making their way through, you notice a few different sections where like twigs have been broken more than just from the pathways you've got here, and you can see that as you walk, you kind of, you don't walk in a straight line. Some of you will take a slight left and a slight right and dip round. So you've seen a few breakages, but there's a few tracks that run off, and as you're moving south, they would be to the west, heading deeper into the forest, which would be away from the coast and into the forest. So you notice there's a few more breaks in there. Nothing looks untoward with the plants themselves, as you can see there. From what you're looking at, it looks like the forest. It looks like trees and twigs and leaves that we've seen before, and the underbrush looks much the same as well, which is the flourish of blows coming from the back and the swooshing of Zaga's performance, coupled with the animal handling call. You notice a few animals skittering, not so much birds flying in the air. Actually, the canopy seems fairly quiet, other than the owl that's going there. But running and skittering across the floor, you notice a few rodents, smaller rats and slightly larger rats, and a few like hares start making their way towards you. And Artos, you're like calling out to them. You feel like you're calling them, and the animal is one. You're having your Snow White moment. But then they kind of skitter past, like a hare kind of runs to you and then runs off again from there. And you see that they're just kind of making their way the opposite direction. These animals that have come towards you just kind of almost unnaturally seek some cover, and then realise that maybe it's not so safe and dart off as well. Running from the west away, so the opposite to where you've seen there. And right on the tip of the wind, Corin, you hear what sounds like a very faint female voice calling out.
I just have in my head an image of Arthur being like Ace Ventura.
Yes. Zaga's there, dance behind him. He's like, ah, and it's almost as they're coming towards you. Like one of the rats will run up to you, but they're not running to you to sit around you and listen to your campfire story. You feel like that's happening, but then you realise that they're just passing by and carrying on behind. They're not really seeing you as a threat. They're running from something else.
That's because art is non-threatening, so it makes sense.
And then, yeah, Corin, as all this is going on and people are trying to move in, you kind of stop, and as you hear on the wind what sounds like a wisp, like a whistle, and then as you listen again, you hear it's a voice, and it's a high pitched, it's a female voice you hear calling out on the wind.
Did anybody else hear that?
Hear what?
Okay, I'm sure I heard a voice, a female voice.
From
I
where?
think the bunnies were trying to tell me something as well.
Tell you what, Arta? I'm
Well, they were running away from there, and I point to the west where they were running away from.
Yeah, and Vonvan and Faye, you see that's the direction you've seen some tracks break away as well. So yeah, this time as well, just for context, you've probably been walking through and trekking for about half an hour, and you've been going mainly what you can. Oh, you don't get lost, Fabian. So what you know as a south, southerly. I was about to say, in a south direction, and you're starting to kind of make the turn around and make your way towards the east. But before you get to the turn that they make in, you see that there's some broken paths that are pushed their way east.
What direction was this voice in?
Just down the same way those tracks were leading us. It's very, very faint at the minute, but it was definitely a voice, quite a high-pitched voice.
Can I send my owl a bit further down that pathway?
Well, yes. As you are now, are you all stopping where you are? I'm assuming you're stopping where you are.
Well, we're having a conversation, so I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah. So Talon and Aaron was like, if you guys find something, do you want to stay here or carry on? Because the break is not.
Stop here for 1 second. I think.
And they're like, okay. They kind of just crouch down behind trees. Super. Like, yeah, this is cool. This is not sus. But the way that you're seeing the break in the trees and the branches is not the pathway that their route. So they're carrying on kind of south. And as you're looking at it, they'll be south, starting to make their way to the right and curve round. But what you're seeing is the hard right, like a 90 degrees where you've seen them come across, and the animals have almost done an opposite run across. So something they're running away from something, or something ran towards something on your hard right.
Yes, I'm gonna send the fucking owl, the owl, a bit further down that path, the broken path that we just discovered. Make it get a bit further away from us, so probably around about 80-90 foot ahead.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to I suppose actions that don't matter, but yeah, so I can momentarily see through their eyes and hear what they hear.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I'm going to use that for now, just to get an idea of what's a bit further ahead.
Yeah, roll a perception check for the owl, just slightly ahead.
What's a nat 20?
Oh, damn, Daniel! So as you're floating further forward and trying to pick out, you don't. From this high up, you don't pick up the sound of the voice, strangely, but you can see that the further you go into this area, and probably the reason that this route comes around is it gets very boggy. You can see that there's a swamp. You see the trees start to darken. There's a few more dead trees, a few more fallen trees, and what you get, and you get the, you can see it starts to thin out because there's so much dead and rot going on, and that swamp that land kind of runs out for a bit, and you can see it runs off. Whether this runs in from the river at some point or whatever it is, but you can see there's a slight bit more dead and rot, which would make sense as to why the route these guys take goes round. You also, with the nat 20, see faintly these what looks like lights going on and then going off and then going on in a fairly, they're probably within like a 40-50 foot square, like one on and then disappears, and one on and disappears, and you see the light and you see it disappear, and as you're looking you can't see anything generating the light or what's underneath the light, but you can see the light kind of shadowing off some of the trees, and you can see the different points, and they're probably like between them, they're probably like 10, 20, 30 foot apart at different times as they're going off as you kind of circle the area.
Okay. Yeah, I I snap out of
Mm-hmm.
the owl's viewpoint and relay that information to the rest of them.
Can I, from that swampy bog thing, can I recall what sort of creatures could possibly live in that area from my
Yeah.
insane amount of knowledge?
You're insane amount. Yeah, roll on the nature check.
24.
24, nice. So yeah, you know. Oh god, what did I know? You know that the border forest has these areas. It's such a large, dense forest, and again, it was created using druidic magic to extend a current forest and drag it out, and overpopulating a forest this much with magic meant that the ecosystem kind of got out of whack, which is why you get a lot of the creatures that have come through that are like the larger spiders that are there and larger things that have been grown in the ecosystem that have been uncontrolled because it's been magically created. So you know that these bogs and areas of dead swamp area, which is all part of the ecosystem growing. In terms of creatures, you know that there are spiders that are out there. You know that there have been sightings of things like owlbears and things like displacer beasts have been seen around as well, like hunting animals that can make their way and make use of those areas. The swamp's a little bit less so, but you know there's also, with the 24, there's a few different tales and stories and stories and myths of these creatures that come from other lands possibly, or people that have got lost in the forest that now live in the forest that have become whatever they've become in their parts of the forest or parts of trees. So there's lots of like children's ghost stories and that
The witch from Hansel and Gretel.
a bit like the witch from Hansel and Gretel, yeah, like stories that have evolved in time. You know that a lot of them have been partially tracked to things like displacer beasts or things like owlbears and things that are monsters that have been tracked, but there's a lot of this is the one big area that you would recall your children's stories from, like, well, make sure you brush your teeth before you go to bed, or blah, like the evil fairy from the forest is going to come and eat you. That sort of stuff is used quite a lot within folklore, but they know that a lot of them have been tracked back to either fey creatures or creatures from the Underdark or creatures from the plains that have kind of landed and lived within the forest.
Okay. I'd like to warn the others of these children's stories and the lore that I've heard of before.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'd turn to the people crouching behind a tree.
Yep.
And kind of say, have you ever been down this end? Like down this pathway? I know that it's not your normal route, but do you know why these twigs would be broken? It looks like someone's gone that way.
No, we do not stray. Yeah, I mean, I've been through here a dozen times, and we stick to the path because the path is the safe way we know. I know there's swamp and bog in there, and we've had to move the route a few times over the past 9 months where the swamp extends or retracts, but no, we don't tend to delve into that.
And what's the best way to get through the swamp if we were to go down that route?
You want to go through the swamp?
Well, no, I'm not saying that we do. I just, we just heard something, and I want to keep all options open.
I mean, it's up to you guys. I can't help with this one. I can walk you on the route, and we can wait here for you, or we can head back, or but the swamp is not something that I can help with.
Come on, guys! Don't be such scaredy cats. Be adventurous. Let's visit somewhere new today. I try and persuade them. Vociferously.
Nice. Roll a persuasion.
Well, while he's doing that, I want to ask them, why would she have gone off the beaten path?
Well, I'm assuming the troll came through or something else came through and spooked them. The guys that made it back, whilst being scared, just said that they heard noises that something rushed them through the bush and they scattered.
So what you're saying is we should stay where they were attacked instead of where they're hiding from the attackers. And after Zaga's persuasion check, I would make a persuasion check as well if possible.
Yeah, mine was a 19.
19. Erwin stands forward and goes, I'll come with you into the swamp. Yeah, no,
Mine was also a nat 20.
Oh, nice. And Talon behind is like, puts his hand on Erwin's shoulder. He's like, we can make sure that you have a path back, but I have no interest in crossing the swamp. So if we need to investigate to find the missing party, then we will come with. But I'll only ask that you guys lead the way, and we'll make sure that you can get back to the path and get out.
Zaga steps off in that direction, leading the way.
I follow him.
Erwin, the little elf, just steps forward as well, sheaves his weapon and starts going through. He's very excited about this.
I turn back around and like, hey, Earwig, you're a brave elf. I like you.
You know, this is what I signed up for. This is the job. We must look after the border and protect it and look after our fellow elves. If you need us to help, I will help. You know, shit his pants. Perfect. So you guys start making your way forward. Can I get another group stealth check, please?
Just realised I'm in front now. This is a bad thing.
22
a
stealth.
little bit better.
19.
Just remembered I got disadvantage. That's 14 for me.
Nice.
11.
Cool. Ooh.
Do I need to roll one for the owl as well?
What are you doing with the owl? The owl is just still up in the air, floating around.
It's still circling around, I think, at the moment, yeah.
No, even though it is spectral, if it's flying at enough of a height, it won't need to roll a step check. If you bring it down to you, and it's travelling at your kind of height between trees, possibly, but for where it is, no.
My stealth was a 23.
Nice. So you guys now a bit more accustomed to making your way through the bush, even with the metal man cleric. Start picking your way through, and you find it's a little bit more difficult. You can clearly see now the difference between treading a path, even as light as that path was, and having to push through the bush. And regardless of how you're going, you still are having to crack the odd a branch here and there. You start to then feel, after you've been going for about 5 minutes, you feel the ground start to soften up. You can see that the composition of the ground becomes there's a lot more dead leaf on here, and a lot more it's a bit softer and underfoot, not to the point of Faerun.
Yeah, can I roll a survival, please?
But just check, do you have, at this level, do you have the thing that stops difficult terrain for your party?
Yeah.
Are you just saying yes, or do you know you have?
No, difficult terrain doesn't slow your group's travel.
Okay.
Your group can't become lost except by magical means. And also, if I do a survival, then I can avoid quicksand or other natural hazards, i.e. you making us drown in a mud pit.
What?
It's a shame you couldn't avoid that natural hazard like a river.
Do you know, I read it afterwards and was like, oh, shit.
River wasn't in the forest, the river was in the plains, so technically you can drown in a bath or in a mud.
Okay.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can.
But she was too worried about split ends.
It's better this week. So can I roll a survival, sorry?
Yeah.
That is a 17.
17. Nice. So you push your way to. Trying to see if I can get.
I'm trying my best, guys. All for the
You kind of make your way to the front to help point the way, and Zaga, being smaller, creates like a nice opening pathway for the rest of you to kind of push your way through, and you start to point the kind of. You find Zaga as famous, like just slightly to the left, just slightly to the right, as you're starting to find more solid ground within where it's starting to soften. It doesn't get any softer as you're moving through. She kind of keeps you on the drier parts, the more solid parts of ground as you make your way through.
While leading, can I also keep an eye out for any broken branches, any snap twigs on the floor, any plants that look like they've been moved out of their natural position, anything like that?
Yeah, so anyone that wants to give me a perception, investigation, or nature check for this walk, let me know. I can only have one, so decide who wants to do one of watch if you want to do them.
You can only have one of each, or one total?
One, no, one of each.
Leading, I'll do the investigation check.
I'll do perception.
I can try another nature.
Yeah.
25 nature. 6.
These rolls are impressive today. 24 for the investigation.
15 for perception.
Nice. So you, with the perception at first, you're still like trying to listen out for the sound. You don't pick up, and as you're like, I suppose the rest of you, as you're picking your way through and looking, you're more looking towards the kind of the ground and picking your feet and looking where you're going. As you're kind of trying to lift your head up to listen, Corin, you don't hear anything, but you start to see in the distance a source of light. There is something, a light, or there is a light shining up in front, probably about 50, 60 foot, maybe a bit further. It's hard to pick out between the sea, but you definitely see a light up in front. With the investigation, you, Zaga, you notice that you're starting to follow the path of broken twigs. Like, it's like, oh, this is almost getting a bit easier, and the twigs that the reason it's easier for you is because this was something larger than you that has broken through, and as you look around, you can see there's like multiple bits of broken branch knocking around.
At this point, can I communicate with the owl and get it to try and get down a bit closer to the lights that I could see from it before?
Yeah, you can do. Just get one of the last two.
While you're doing that, I'm just going to turn to Arthur and say, hey, Arthur, that's not you, is it? Because he has a habit of getting things up.
It might be. I don't think so. I think I'm here. I think I'm me. I don't know. Now I'm having a crisis of identity. What have you done?
So you see the lights up there.
After this.
Say
again?
Oops, sorry. You go.
Say again, Saka?
We're going to need a spar after this.
I wish you'd cut you off, you bastards. So yeah, you're making your way through, and you start to notice that these are much bigger paths, and you see the light that's just up in front, and you communicate to the owl to send it down. Fabian, you're noticing...
Do I need to do a stealth check for it to get closer then?
Yeah, you will do, but let me just give the nature bit out first before I forget. So, okay. Fabian, as you're noticing around, there's... you can see the plants that are around, and the dead. Sort of like where you're seeing like there's a log that's been kind of, or a tree that's been pushed over, not quite snapped to the ground, but being pushed over to the ground. There's some on around that are like bobbing in bits of the swamp here and there that are broken, but some of them that are pushed are like wrapped in vines. And then as you look around, you see there's like, it's almost like there's the forest and a layer of forest, and in certain areas and plants there's darker vines and darker twigs that are surrounding certain trees. Not on all the trees, and the closer and the further you walk, the more of these vines and bits that you're seeing, like additional. It is essentially like someone's had a forest and then painted a layer of forest over the top of it, extra plants growing on top of plants, and you can see that like on some of them, like with the 24, it looks like the vine is pulling the tree down, like the vine trying to take the tree down, in some way. And you notice around some of the ones that are bobbing, I've got the odd vine still wrapped around them, but possibly they've been pulled down already.
I've seen this in Harry Potter. Can I, with the 25, can I determine whether they are usually in the forest, like native to the forest, or are they not?
Yeah. They look like there's nothing. They're not like bright purple. They're the same coloration. It looks like the forest. It just looks like additional forest has grown, and especially on some of these ones, it looks like something is either breaking some of the trees or cutting off some of the trees, knocking down some bits. That like any rocks and bits that are there are fully covered in this additional vine. It's like there's just this extra layer on top of the layer that already exists. So the owl. So you go back into. Are you just sending the owl in? You're going into the owl yourself.
I do want to go into it again.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I can do it at the same time. I can move on it.
Just have someone walk you. Should be
the stealth check was 21.
Nice.
So I guess I'll do a perception check as well to see if I can see anything more now that I've gone in closer.
Yep.
That is 7.
A 7 for
Yeah.
perception. So as
Mhm.
you
Because I'm pretty sure I rolled. Yeah.
yeah, so you go down towards the lights, and as you as you're now fly in and kind of perch up, you notice there's around where the lights were, the lights have now disappeared, but it opens up into, there's a lot of dead around, a pool which is probably 30 or 40 foot across square of more swampy water. You can see this is boggy water, and the light's completely gone, but you can see in the middle of the swamp there's a tree, and there is like a young elven woman attached to the tree that looks up straight at your into your owl's eyes and just cries. It just leans out, and you can see she's tied up and just goes, "Help me, help."
And I just see that it's a elven woman. I can't kind of
you
distinguish
roll a
anything else.
No,
Just
no,
yeah.
From what
Cool.
you see there, in like standard garb, not
Yeah.
just as you've
Okay.
seen any of the guards, or as yourselves and Phelan dressed, not dressed anything well, but is within this swamp is like vined to this tree,
Yeah.
and looks directly into the eyes of your owl and just kind of calls out, almost like whispers, but you hear it as if
Yeah. It's
within
obviously
your ear.
directly into the eyes of the owl, but directly into my eyes.
Yeah,
which...
yeah, into your eyes and your ears, yeah. Almost like
So I kind of
the voice would almost like give you if you were to see someone and hear this, and the lap comes of the owl's hearing it, kind of sends you a chill down your back and your arms. It's like, cool, that's
yeah. So I kind of get that chill and snap out of the owl again, and kind of say is that I saw a female elf ahead. I don't know if it's Meadow or not, but it was. She was tied to a tree.
Tied by what?
The vines of the tree. Yeah, she was tied up with vines around the tree. It gets a lot more boggy down there as well. It's kind of, the tree was in the middle of the bog. I couldn't see anything else apart from that.
What? And I'm just like fumbling over my words. Oh wow. What does she look like? Oh my god, is it Meadow? How do we get there?
I couldn't distinguish any real features. I just could tell that it was an elven woman. That's all I could tell. I couldn't really dig any deeper.
At that point, I want to move forward a lot quicker, like almost running.
okay. So you just want to kind of make pace towards the
Mhm.
cool. What the rest of you would like to do? Following suit? If you just get up and running, that's stealth out the window. That's
For once, I'm just going to not say anything, and I'm just going to follow Phelan.
I'm gonna let them run off and try and still be sneaky behind them.
Okay,
Yeah, I'll do the same as I do.
cool,
I'm gonna head off with Faywin and Arthur.
nice. So three of you head off towards, running towards where you saw the pool, and the other two. I'm assuming you guys are kind of flanking either side, but staying.
Yeah, something like that.
If you two could both roll stealth checks for me, just so I've got them in the bank.
25.
Nice.
You're invisible.
Or is
He should be. He's like 2 foot. 14 for me.
14, nice, okay. So you two kind of keep, and it's easier for you to find your way through it, slow it down. You actually can follow some of the paths of some of the like larger rabbits and stuff where they are. But the three of you run through, and Faye will lead the pack. You just push through, and you come up, and your foot splashes into the water as you look up. And about 40 foot away across, you see Meadow tied, like vined up to the tree, as she is tied up to this. It's like a broken, like a tree that's fallen, and what's left is two large pieces of the original bark hanging out, and you can see that she's vined around one piece. The piece is probably 10-15 foot high, and obviously she's at the bottom of it, and you can see that she's vined around at the bottom, and she just looks out towards you and just says, help me, help me.
I thought she was a Southern Belle.
Yeah, I don't recognise her voice. I'm confused.
You do recognise her. She's not Southern Belle, that's Tieflings. This is an elf.
Posh female voice for her, then, please. So I look at Arthur and Corin, and I'm like, "That's her. That's Meadow."
And then as you're
And then-
looking, as you turn back and say this, the rest of you see that across the pool, these four little just balls of light appear, poof, 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 just like light up, just seem to be floating around the swamp, kind of two to the right, two to the left of where this tree is. Not right next to the tree, like it's floating out across, but they illuminate out the swamp now, and you can see the kind of distance between yourself and Meadow. I've got a name.
I cast light on my pipe, and I start juggling it.
Nice. The balls of light do not react to your jump.
I'm just trying to blend in.
So that's what you turn around and say, look, you've seen her, that's what you've seen, then poof, these balls of light just appear across the swamp, and you can see this swamp from where you are now. You've got about 40 foot straight out in front of you to where she's tied up, and you, as you've stepped into water, you see that here where you are, just on the bank, the water's come up to like your mid calf already, so you know that this is going to be deeper as it gets in to try and get across to her. The swamp goes to the left and to the right of where she is, but she's within this little area. Just to give you some visuals.
Do we recognise what? And I said Corin before I meant Von. Sorry.
Yeah.
Do we recognise what the light balls could be?
You can.
Because I'm really smart.
Ascertain. Yeah, you can roll history or nature. But as you turn to look, just again now, it's just like, please help me, please.
It's a 14 on history check.
14 on a history check.
Yeah.
No, nothing. You know of light spells, and you know of spells that have been cast by certain people. Things like dancing lights, which create globules, but these don't quite fit the bill, maybe, for dancing lights. And the way that this sat, just like kind of floating, gives you the you know that they must be either of magical presence or something. They're not a candle, and they're not like a lamp hitting up. There's something magical going on with these, but whether they be sentient or whether they are being created by someone, you can't quite be put on or thinking.
So I turn to Arthur and Von, who I think are both there. Right, you guys.
Mhm.
I'm like, have you ever seen anything like those? What are they? And can I step back out of the swamp because it's all over my leg and it's a bit gross?
Yeah, cool. And as you step out again, please, just help. And you can see that like Meadow is bleeding in certain areas, and she looks like she's been through the walls. And even yourselves, as you looked like as rushing through the bushes, you would have been a little bit cut and bruised and slight torns to different bits of your clothing.
Where am I when I come up to this scene now?
So you can decide whether you are left or right.
I'll be left.
Left, nice. So as you creep up, you manage to get you get up, but probably about 10 foot from the swamp line behind a tree. You feel pretty well concealed. Roll a perception. Roll a perception check.
And just how far am I from Meadow and this tree?
So you are to the left of them. You're probably about 25 foot away from them to the left, and then about 10 foot
Section's
back
at
from the
dirty
swamp.
20.
Dirty 20, nice. So as you look at, you can see the three of them there discussing, and I don't think any of them have got above 14 passive perception, so they don't notice you. See the three of them there chatting on the edge of the swamp, and as you look out across the swamp, you see the globules. One of the globules isn't actually too far from you, so you're about 10 foot from the edge of the swamp, and it's probably another 10 foot into the swamp. And as you look, it just looks like a floating orb of light. There is
And I,
nothing tethered to the bottom of it. From where you're seeing, you can see behind it. There's nothing there. You can just see Zaga. There's this ball here. There's another one then further in front of you, and then you can see someone tied up against a log further into the swamp. But from you, that's probably 60, 70 foot now.
Can I do a Arcana check? Just to kind of think about what kind of spells could have caused these.
Mm-hmm.
While he's doing that, can I look at Vine and say, Can your owl go across and help her? Those vines look like they're restricting her. And I'm like passively crying.
Mm-hmm.
So my Arcana check was 11.
11. No, again, with an 11, you get the same. Like, they look a little bit like dancing lights. You've seen, and dancing lights takes lots of different forms. You've seen people create globules of light that move, but these things aren't following anything. They're just sat there. You're trying to work them out, and as you're trying to kind of work out and see what they are, they will just disappear.
When they were there, so we could see all. Say there's 4 of them.
You can see 4 of them there floating across there.
Were they in like kind of a evenly, say, sort of square pattern?
No, they were kind of.
Were they just kind of dotted around?
If you imagine, like you are the furthest point from where Meadow is tied up, and you can see like they're almost in a U shape around there, kind of almost fronting you up. So you're looking directly at Meadow. There's like one at 10 o'clock and one at 2 o'clock, and then like one at 3 o'clock and one at 9 o'clock.
Okay.
As they're like fanned round, but then they've all just disappeared.
Wait, the light bulbs have just disappeared.
The light bulbs will just. Yeah.
Can I telepathically tell the owl to swoop down closer, passing nearby where one of the light orbs were?
Yeah. So you want it just to kind of like swoop around the lake, or the lake,
Just
swamp.
Yeah, like kind of like go closer towards the tree, but like passing nearby to where one of the orbs appeared.
Yep, cool. Do you have the stat block for your? What's it called?
Ow. Yeah, it just takes an all owl stats. So.
Okay, cool. So as it kind of flies round, you hear, zzz, and the orb reappears, and a small little like electric bolt fires out and hits the owl for 9 points of damage.
Yeah, it's gone. Goodbye, owl.
And then you see that orb is still floating roughly where it was, and hangs there.
So I kind of turn to Arthur and Fabian. It's like it seems like it's some sort of shield stopping us getting to Meadow. You've seen what it's just done to the owl there. We need to be very careful with this. We need to work out a way of maybe destroying these orbs.
But we can't leave her, Bon. She's like a sister to me after my brother left, and I can't leave her here.
We won't leave her, Fabian. Don't worry. We will work out how to get past this.
You see
How?
this. You see the orb starts floating. The one that you only see the one now starts floating towards you. 3 on the bank now. It gets about 10 foot away and then disappears again.
How far did you say I was from Meadow in the tree?
About 25.
Okay.
30.
If I were to cast Mage Hand, I'm assuming I could still stay hidden because, like, only the hand's going to come out of the underbrush.
You cast it away from you, right?
Yeah, I cast it away from me.
Yeah. So, yeah, because you're only hidden, aren't you? I thought you were invisible for a second. Yeah.
I want to cast Mage Hand and have it float over towards Meadow and see if it can give a little pull on the vines and see if anything happens.
How far can Mage Hand go?
30 foot. That's why I asked.
Oh, sorry. You said when you said meadow, I heard.
Oh, you thought?
I thought
Yeah,
you
okay.
meant Faven Never Goes. Yeah, sorry. From meadow, you are far.
Okay. In that case, forget.
Yeah, you're out 60 foot away. You could move up a bit to get 60 foot.
I'm going to cast Mage Hand away from myself and have it go over to where that ball of light was, and hope it reappears.
Cool. Mage Hand. What is Mage Hand?
It is a spectral hand. It's a bit like the owl, except
It can only lift 10 pounds, right? It doesn't.
yeah, it can't attack or activate magic items or carry more than 10 pounds.
Not going to be attacked. Cool. That's fine. Yeah, so you move it out towards where one of the orbs were. And move it around, and nothing seems to happen.
I make my Mage Hand disappear. It's useless to me now.
Can I throw a rock at it to see if it is a shield?
At what?
Like towards. Oh, is the light thing?
All the orbs are gone.
Yeah,
All
bastards.
the orbs are gone. You can't see them.
It's worth noting when they went off, I took off my light on my juggling.
Good to know.
You're not putting it back on when they reappear, are you?
No comment.
And then, so yeah, as you've seen the Mage Hand go up, you've seen the light. One of the lights come towards you and then disappear about 10 foot from the shore of the swamp. You hear again calling out from Meadow. She's like, "Now, help now! They've gone. Please help me."
There's nothing around. It's just swamp, right? Left and right, forward. It's just. There's nothing that could help us cross the swamp.
There is.
No, like trees or anything.
Yeah. So closer towards Zaga, you can see there's a fallen. Looks like the fallen tree that she's attached to. You could probably make it most of the way there, standing on the tree. You'd have to jump between the two parts. So if you imagine it's like fallen down, and there's a gap between the tree and the first part that's like kind of wedged into the swamp, and then there's a break and there's attachment. This was a big fucking tree that fell down, and that's quite close to the shore. So you could probably jump on, kind of hop your way along those logs to get closer to her without going into the water.
Got PTSD from last week.
Mm-hmm.
I have to try and get to her. She looks like she's hurt.
I get a rope from out of my bag. I think I've got a rope. Let me double check my inventory.
I have a rope.
I do have a rope, and I say, we don't know how deep it is. You might sink. We know you can't swim, so before you go jumping through there, tie this round you, and I hand her the rope.
Yeah, you're right, Arthur. And I tie it around myself.
Cool.
And I grab the other end.
On the note of the rope, did I get back the rope last week, or did I just have to discard it?
No, it was still tied around.
No,
me.
yeah, you would go back to
Still
it.
fine, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
I tried it out with you.
It was my rope anyway, I think.
Yeah, because you threw a rope out to her.
We both used. I threw mine in the water, and then
Yeah.
you.
Oh, you did,
Yeah,
yes,
you'd done
yes,
yours on the bridge,
You
didn't
would
you?
have had more than enough time to reset.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
I dried it out and wrapped it up very nice so it fit in your bag now.
Cool. So to get to that log, you make your way around the left, which is quite close to where Zaga is. There, so they'll walk straight past Zaga, essentially where you are there. Who's holding what where? So you've got like a 15-foot log, a jump, a 15-foot log, and then you'll be about 10 foot from where Meadow is tied up.
Okay, so I call back and say what I'm going to do. I don't know how far Corin is.
Yeah, so
whether
Corin,
can
you
do
see
it.
the guys start to make their way left. You're on the right. You can do what you want. From your perspective, you've seen everything that's gone on. You've got quite a good view. You're probably, again, about 15, 20 foot back from the actual edge of the swamp. But you can see to your right, there is another fallen log in the water. It won't get you as close as the other one will, but you could maybe get onto something and stay this side, or you could follow them around to the left.
I just want to stay where I am, but I want to hold an action with my bow.
Cool. For what are you holding?
For anything that looks bad that might jump out at us.
Anything that looks bad that might jump out at us.
Something that's
I would
obviously
put
not an
Arthur
elf.
in that category, to be fair.
Well, true.
So, I mean, you've seen him. Do you know what?
He immediately fires at Arthur.
Yeah. Okay. A threat to the party or yourself, I suppose. Anything that appears that you would deem an enemy.
Yes, basically, yes.
Nice way to lose words. Saga, these guys walk pretty much straight past the little tree you're hid behind. Are you popping out to say hello now, or are you trying to just stay in? They're like literally 5 foot from you.
No, I'm gonna stay where I am for the moment. I'm assuming they know that Corin and I are around because they've just seen a floating hand flying.
Yeah, they know that you two.
So I'm gonna stay where I am for now. I just want to, just if these light bulbs appear again, I just want to, like, recall my knowledge of Arcana, of magic, and see if there are any magic phenomenon I remember having heard about in a song or a play or something that seems familiar.
Cool. Give me an Arcana check. Let's. So, Faywin, your plan is to run along these logs to get as close.
Carefully. Yeah.
And the rope is how long?
50 foot.
50.
And I have a rope as well. So I'm having. Oh shit. He's put a map on.
Well, because the log is
Lucky what we have here.
Yeah. So
Don't worry about that. I'll kind of check her. It was a nat 1 plus my
Nice.
modifier was a 5.
So I have you all. Yeah, this works. No, can I see Corin? Corin, you're just like in the back.
Off screen side.
Yeah. So you're going to jump on this log here. I'm assuming Von and oh shit, he's dead.
Don't kill him off. He's holding the rope.
Yes. So you've got 50 foot of rope. Corin, you are down. Can I see that there? No. You are just slightly off screen to the right hand side. So you're like down.
Okay.
I made the map too big.
Big map.
Big map. Where the squiggly lines are the swamp. So like between the rocks, and these are the floating trees. And you can see this is the tree here. That's the front. I'm not actually bully tacking an elf to the front of it, but there is meadow tied to the front of this tree, or vined to the front of this tree. So with 50 foot, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, you could actually from the bank get all the way around to here on the same length of rope. It's just Arthur, you'll be on the bank, so it's whether you want to follow with or hold what will essentially be a distance across the swamp with Faywin tied to it.
Well, what do you think, Dim Sum?
I think hold it here.
Could I look at Von, and you tried the did you try the ice block thing? Or were you going to? Because the only reason it didn't work last time was because the water was running, whereas this is solid water. How big was it? 1 square?
Yeah, 1 square.
Okay. Never mind, I don't say anything because I don't think you actually used it last time.
I tried it,
Yeah,
but
you
it hit
create
the
an
side
ice
of
block
the
in it.
bridge.
Yeah.
It just flew away. Okay, cool. Do you think maybe that could work? Like if I can't get over between the 2 trees?
I mean, are we? We're not. I suppose we're not in the forest. We're in swamps, and you said you're a fan of forests, not a fan of swamps.
Fuck.
And I'm really scared something's going to jump out and say, "Get out my swamp!" So I'm not really sure.
Can I dip my bow into the swamp next to where we stood, just to see how deep it is?
Oh, that's going to wreck your bow.
Next to so where you next to where you are now, like the square that's immediately in, it would be the whole length of an arrow. So it goes from the shore goes from like half calf deep to you go to knee straight away. So you're not sure whether it goes much more than knee, but yeah, as you reach out a bit, it takes the whole of the arrow, not bow, sorry, the whole of the arrow, which gives you an indication it's kind of, it goes up to, very shortly goes up to about knee height at least. So you'll be wading through if you were to go in the water.
Well, I can't think of any other ideas, and I can't leave her there.
Just because I don't want to keep doing it, but she is almost constantly crying out to you every couple of like 30 seconds, 35 seconds, just looking around, calling out again. Just.
Can I just look over at the elf tied to this tree?
Yep.
And I just want to, just from a visual investigation, see if I can tell if there's really an elf there, or if this is, because I've just seen a fucking magic owl appear out of nowhere. So now I'm aware that this shit can happen. So I'm like, is that really an elf tied to a tree, or is this some bullshit that we're seeing?
Yeah. Give me, from that distance though, it's gonna be a bit of a bugger. Give me a investigation check with disadvantage because of the distance that you're trying to just.
Can I call out while he's doing that? Can I call out to Meadow and ask her to try and wriggle free?
Yeah. So as you call out, she's like, I can't. Oh fuck! I just got my fucking hand.
Oh, Meadow, are you okay?
I can't move. And she's like, you see her moving, and the vines are just like rock around her. She's wiggling. She's like, I can't get out. I need you to help. Help me, please.
That's another nat one.
Oh,
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 fuck.
that is an elf tied to a tree, man.
That's
The beautiful thing about that one is like it could just be an elf tied to a tree. Could not be an elf tied to a tree, but who knows? I can say it however I want. Yeah, as she wiggles, like nothing looks weird about the restraints that are on her and moving, and you can see that. And she looks like fucked up. She looks like she's been running from something in the forest and has ended up tied to a tree. She's like got slight cuts across her face. There's bleeding, like her like sleeves and her arms. You can see are slightly cut towards the top, but a lot of her torso is covered by this vine.
So can I? She's obviously like, I can't move, whatever.
Whatever.
But can I know that I'm quite far away, but is there a way that I can ask her something that only Meadow would know?
You can shout across the swamp towards her.
Yeah. So I want to shout across and say, Meadow, what was my brother's name?
She will look back. She's like, what? Who is that? Who's there? Just please help me.
Meadow, I need to know that it's you.
Please.
Tell me, what was his name?
I don't. Who is that? I can't see. Please, just help me before they come back.
Meadow, it's Faywin. It's Faywin.
Roll.
Gooey.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yes, Queen.
So yeah, she carries on there. Please, just before they come back, please.
So I look to the group and I'm like, why wouldn't she just say?
I don't know. At this point, I yell over, who tied you here?
As you are yelling out, can you all roll initiative, please?
Fuck's sake, I knew it.
I mean, you kind of stand on the conversation across the swamp there.
Oh my god.
11.
What a waste. Nat 20.
Nice.
6.
15.
Right, hang on, we'll go from the top. So 20. Anyone lower? Who's next lowest from a 20 down? 17.
15.
15. Nice. This is how I keep this in fun.
The Kin's 11,
11.
me 10, and the 6 for Bonbon, I believe.
11,
Yep.
10. And 6.
I don't know what else we could have done there. It's a fucking swamp.
Pee break before we're attacked in a swamp.
Yeah, might be best.
Oh god.
So wait,
It's a long
I-
one.
I'm gonna take a pee in the swamp.
Do it. Perfect. Right. So you've got the two guys behind. But yeah, as you are calling out across the water, this ball of light just appears in front of you, shining bright in a 20, like at least a 20-foot radius, brighter than you've seen it before. I don't need this for now. Let me get rid of it. We're gonna go to killing mode. I don't need this right now. As Faye, when you see, this light just pops up in front of you, and it fires out a little electric charge towards you.
Wait, it rolled better initiative than me.
Technically, it's unless someone has something that would not make them surprised. Speak now for it just literally appeared in front of you, and
I mean, they did surprise us, to be fair. I can't argue with that.
that is a 15, Faywin. Does that hit?
My
That's right.
armor is 15.
Meets it, beats it. So yes.
Yeah.
So you take 8 points of light damage as this thing just like appears right as you're shouting out towards. You're kind of focusing off 60 foot in the distance. Like it's a decent distance between you and them. This light just appears in front of you at your eye line and sends out a shock towards you. And then can't do anything else. And then it will try and pull back away. It will give attack of opportunity to the two Alps if they want to try and take one against
Yes.
the ball of light.
I would like to do an attack for them.
Yep.
That is a 16.
16 does not hit. These are difficult little beasts. You swing out, and this orb just moves back, flies back at speed as you whip away. Faywin, if you want to.
Is an arrow going to be able to hit a ball of light though?
I don't know.
Yeah, fuck it, I'll try. So I'm kind of taken aback by the fact that it's just hurt me so much in the first shot.
Mm-hmm.
So I take aim and I fire, and I get a 26. Oh,
26 does hit.
yeah, boy.
Do your damage.
9.
9
Is that a natural 20 plus 6? Like, how much has been added onto your attack here?
Well, I'm a
Was it
ranger,
a natural 20?
and I picked archery.
Was it?
Yeah.
Just wondering if it was a crit.
Oh no, I think it was 18 plus 8.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, it's just looking for the. You gotta look for the natural.
Something like that.
Yeah, it was 18 plus 8.
Cheers.
That's nice. So yeah.
Sorry, do I have an action afterwards?
No, this is just a reaction. So this was it moving away from you, so you use your reaction for that round.
Got you. Okay. Yep.
Cool. So yeah, you fire in, and you the arrow goes into the orb. It doesn't pass straight through. It's kind of slows before it kind of plops out of the water. So you imagine as it shoots into the ball, it doesn't make any noise, but it's like kind of slicks through, and you see it just drop out the back into the water. It definitely caught some resistance as it went through, but didn't stick into the ball of light. So there's definitely something there. That is the only one that is that had the surprise round. So it goes on to the top of the round, which is Arta.
So, just to clarify, nothing got hit.
No, it looks like it hit something. It definitely took some damage, but...
Toll the dead on that one.
Yeah, nice. What is the Toll the Dead?
Where's my thing on that to me? 2 secs. I believe it's a wisdom save, but my thingy. It is. Where the bloody hell is it? 2 secs. Yeah, it's the wisdom save.
Wisdom save, nice. +2. I rolled on that one.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, dice.
And we think it's already hurt, so I'll roll a d12.
Yeah. I've retired 2 dice already in the first battle.
That's a 3.
3. So that's 3 damage.
Yep.
Nice.
Necrotic.
Of necrotic damage. Cool. So again, as you see the light dim slightly, and as it bounces back, but yeah, it seems to have taken some hit at this point.
Am I gonna move anywhere? Can you point to which one's me again?
Yeah,
I'm the one at the back.
You're at the back.
Can you put me next to? Actually, no. No, I'm gonna stay where I am.
Okay, cool. Cool. Next up is cool. As you hear a cry out as an orb of light appears. I put too many truth down here. Next to one of the guys at the back. What's this thing? It's going to try and electrocute. Fucking hell, man. What a fucking 3. Hello, dice. It's me again. Just need you to fucking do something. We'll get the stats up for these little douchebags. Couldn't have just left them behind, could you? Oh, class. Okay, cool. So you hear one of the guys like cry out from the back as an electric shock goes out to your right hand side, and that is that. Corin, you are up. As I said, you are like down here behind a tree. You've got like 20 foot movement to get forward towards a rock, or you can wave around.
That Oberlite that just attacked.
Mm-hmm.
Am I taking that elk counts as within 5 feet and as an ally, so I get sneak attack on the elk?
You do. Yes, you would do. Yeah. Or on the elf, or on the ball. Or
No, on the wall, obviously.
Yeah. Just checking.
I'll roll to attack for it. That'd be a 21 to hit.
21 hits.
And that would be a 12 points of piercing damage.
12 points of piercing damage as you fire off. You see through the back, and again the same thing, slows down on resistance but fires out the back as it takes some damage. Sorry, can't do quick maths. Cool. Yes, it takes some damage from the hit, but it doesn't stick into the arrow. You can feel it's taking some damage, but maybe not as effective as you would like it to be.
Yeah, and can I move up behind that rock
You can indeed.
in front of me?
Yep.
And use my bonus action to hide.
Yep, cool. Roll a self check.
Dirty 20.
Nice. Okay, cool. Faywin, you are up. Zaga next.
Can I cast Hunter's Mark on the orb that I was fighting before?
You can. Does it need anything?
Would it count as a it's concentration for up to an hour? Would it count as a creature?
It would. I mean, is that way it needs to be a creature?
Yeah.
No.
You choose a creature you can see within range and mystically mark it as your quarry.
It's not. Creature is such an odd term.
I would take that to mean is it alive?
Yeah, that's what I would think. Oh, fucking hell. I forgot to put the fucking... I was reading about those things. They are technically... You bastard.
You what?
You bastards. Yes, I think they are technically creatures.
Oh, okay. I shall cast Hunter's Mark then, please.
Mm-hmm.
And then I shall take aim and I shall fire.
Perfect.
And I shall... 11.
11 does not hit.
You lucky
Shame
bastard.
sounding so confident there. Up to the point that you missed. So. Shames. Cool. Would you like to move?
Can I put my leg on the log and just see if I push my leg down, is it wobbly or is it pretty sturdy in there?
Pretty sturdy. It's like wedged into the sludge of the swamp.
Okay, I'd like to take a step up onto the log, please.
Okay.
Oh shit, hang on, is that the little orb on the log?
Yeah.
Oh no, shit, I'd like to step back then, please.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I thought that was another trunk coming out.
Cool.
Yeah, no, I'm done. Thank you.
Zaga.
How far am I from the orb on the log?
If you step out to look at it, 10, 15, 20, 25.
And how far am I from the orb down below me?
Further.
Further. Okay.
About the same, actually.
How big is the orb or the orbs?
The orbs are... They're like upper torso size.
Upper torso size.
Yeah, like they're the top half of the body.
Would they be wider than 2 feet in diameter?
They would... Yes.
Damn it. In that case, I am going to use my last spell of the day to cast Dissonant Whispers at the one down below me. I'm going to whisper to it that it's a bright, shiny bastard and I wish it would fuck off.
Nice.
And that is a wisdom save.
What's the damage type?
For Dissonant Whispers.
Or is it a condition? What is it that actually does? Can you read the words?
It's a wisdom DC for the creature. Must make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, it takes 3d6 psychic damage and must immediately use its reaction, if available, to run away from me. As far as it can.
I've rolled an 18.
Then it has passed its save. And I don't believe that anything occurs. Yeah, no, I don't think anything occurs.
Okay. Perfect. Oh yeah, I think that is because it's a low level spell. Perfect. Zagger up. Von before you go. Meadow shouts out again. She's like, "Please, they're back! Help me, Fabian, help me!"
We're trying, Meadow.
Von, you're up.
Now she remembers who you are.
Yeah, innit? She forgot my name just a minute ago. Weird.
She doesn't know your brother's name though.
And you only knows it because you said it was.
Von.
It's not Meadow. It's Field.
I am going to cast Frostbite on the one on the log.
Yep.
It's just a con saving throw.
Con. Ooh. Yep. Con save is a 17.
That saves.
Dice, you can stay, my little green Vondel dice. You moving?
No.
No, stay where you are. Right, cool. Let me just move down.
Oh, actually.
Oh. Just thinking about it.
At this point, I think I am going to as a bonus action,
Mm-hmm.
use my starry form.
Oh.
Ooh.
Look at the
It's getting
stars.
starry.
So I'm going to, as before, arms stretched out, eyes rolling back, say, Falnin gu igliad no e offalan itiniaf impegron, which is the starry form of the archer. So, as I say, as before, the nodes start lighting up with the lines going between to form the constellation along my body of the archer. And also, as part of this, with the normally as a bonus action, but it happens on activating as well, I get to fire a luminous arrow at one target of my choice. So I'm going to fire that at the
Meadow.
same orb.
Nice.
And that is a 19.
19 hits. Yes, 19 hits. Nice.
Okay, that is 4 points of radiant damage.
4 points of radiant damage. Nice. So yeah, you fire. Yeah, you light up. Fire out that arrow. The light dims all the way down before it comes up again. It seems to have. That's as you can get from a light going on and off. You feel like that did a bit more damage than maybe other things that have been thrown at it thus far. Take from that what you will. Is that you up?
Yes.
So your two little elf boys are gonna grow a pair, draw their short swords, and swing at this. I already rolled dice for them. One of them hits. I rolled 1. Come on, me. Jesus. Don't actually come on me. That'd be disgusting. Cool. As you see them, they're like ah, and they're just like swinging at this light orb that's got them surrounded in the corner there. As we go back round to the top, Arthur, you are up.
Told the dead on the one that went. Are they both hurt now?
They are both hurt now, yeah.
Okay. Told the dead on the one I went for before, which
Yep,
I believe
cool.
is one of the log.
Retreat, yeah. Sounds like you're eating your dice.
Tic Tacs.
Yeah.
I'm getting them out. They're actually in a little plastic plate box thing.
It's like spit them out. Oh, just doing it.
I'm space limited at the moment. Saving throw.
Oh, sorry.
Wisdom saving throw.
Plus on the dice. 15.
15 beats it, and that's my turn. Next.
Yay! Guess what? It's the little ball of light's turn. It's going to.
Yeah, God.
It is going to disappear. The other one is going to take the shot at those guys. That will hit. 2d8. 3. 10. As one of them screams out as you hear as one of the elf helpers gets electrocuted. Von Van, right next to you. One appears and tries to shock you. That is a 18.
That does hit.
And you
Is
take
this a new one?
4 points of damage. Is it a new one? Did it move after being invisible? Who even knows? As another electric bolt comes out of this, or is it? And as they appear, they like flare up to this bright 20-foot radius glow hits, and as it shocks out into Von Van. That was 4 points. And 20. Cool. They're not going to get there, or are they going to get there? let's go for it. As you see on the left, Feywind, another one blows up of light. Dropped it, didn't roll it, that's annoying. That's a 17 on the dice plus 4, 21. Hit.
It hits. Please don't say that was damage.
No, you take.
Okay, yeah, it hits.
You take 8 points of damage.
Yep. Okay. Kind regards.
As it blows up in front of you there. So there's 4 on the table. 4 lights. Nice. Corin, you're up. You've seen all these lights from your point of view. From this bottom point here, you'd have seen as these lights are just flaring up, and little electric bolts are flying out and go from there.
How many vines are holding Meadow to the tree stump?
As you'll look at it, it's just around her torso. So there's like 3 thicker vines around the like mid part of her, like below the shoulder and like above the waist. So her arms are completely flattened down, but her legs are kind of free. Her legs are kind of dangling in the swing a bit.
Do they look thick enough to break with an arrow?
They would be. You'd probably be able
they
to
have
maybe
hits?
damage 1. Yeah, you wouldn't break all 3, but you
Oh
might
no,
be
no,
able to-
in one go. Obviously, I'm just.
Yeah, you might be able to. Yeah, you might be able to break one off with an arrow.
Does Meadow count as an ally?
To the vine, no.
No, to
me.
Corin.
Any friend of Corin's is a friend of mine. The
No.
other way around.
You can't get sneak attack on a vine.
What he's asking, would I get sneak attack on
Yeah,
the vine?
you can't get sneak attack on a vine. No, it's like saying, "Can I get sneak attack on a rope?" Rah! Got your rope. It's like, no, it doesn't work like that. I attack my rope. What are you, a dog? Fucking sneak attack on a rope. Rogues.
Mine might be sentient. You don't know.
I didn't ask
True.
it.
That's true. No, I knew why he was asking. Fucking cheese.
I'll take a shot at the top vine.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna miss. It's gonna be an 8.
8. No, you fire towards the tree, like into the side. As Meadow turns towards you, it's like, help me, like noticing your presence for the first time.
And I use the bonus action to hide again.
Cool, roll self check.
That'll be 16.
16. Cool. That is Feywind up with Zaga next.
Can I move forward a little bit closer to to Meadow on
Yeah.
the log? And can I see her from that point?
You want to move? How far are we talking? Because
Like to the end of that first log.
you may enact an attack of opportunity from the wrist.
Can I see her from where I am?
Yeah. You can see her, but what you're trying to... If you want to investigate, you can get closer. You're too far to investigate from there, but you can see that she's there.
I'm trying to see if she's got something. If she's wearing something.
Yeah, so you're looking out. I mean, even with your neighbourhood watch skills...
They're really far. Not 20 at the time.
You're like 40, 50 foot away.
So my thinking is, it's something shiny, and there's these orbs flying around, so they might be catching the light of it, so I can see if she's got something.
You can roll...
I'm begging it.
You can roll a investigation check with disadvantage, and it's got a very high DC.
Right.
Because you're
So
literally...
I rolled 2 and then picked the lowest one, right? Oh, fuck. Sick.
Only if it was the first one.
If only the first time I got 23.
What are you looking for?
Something around her neck.
There's a vine very close to her neck.
Bastard.
She's like if you imagine, she's like from the just below the shoulder blade across the chest is like one of the vines. The second one goes across the like midriff, and the third one's just above the waist. It's like 3 big roots just wrapped around her whole, pinning her whole shoulder between shoulder and hip.
Okay. Are any of the orbs up?
Yeah, there's one on the left right next to you, and then there's one in front of one of them.
Okay, can I shoot the one that's... Well, because it's a ranged attack, I guess the one that's a bit further away.
Yeah, you can shoot the one that's in front of you. See if that helps. It's so funny moving cameras on the delay.
28.
28 definitely hits, Jesus.
Well, that's a crit. Sure.
Yeah, that's a nat 20.
Is that at 20?
Mm-hmm.
Nat 20 plus 8. Please, sir.
Perfect. That's where you need a real dice. Nice, that definitely hits then, so you get double the damage. Double the damage dice, not the plus. So what was the dice roll on that?
Does it auto calculate on D&D Beyond?
It
Not-
does, yeah.
Yeah.
Not for
Not-
crits, though.
Not for
Oh,
crits.
not for
yeah.
crits. No, that's what I meant.
So what do you want?
So on the damage you just rolled,
So,
did you see what the first number was, which would be the roll dice,
5, but
goes to
I
10
also have
plus.
Hunter's Mark on,
which is
so
additional.
I get to roll another d6.
Sure. Yeah.
So 5 plus 6. 11, please.
Plus whatever else was added on there.
crit. So,
It's plus crit, that makes it 22.
22, please.
Plus...
Then it pluses the 2 and the 4. Yeah, that's it. Oh, no, oh, no
Just
wait.
check. No.
So the 2 dice rolls. So was it 2 dice rolls for the bow?
Yeah.
So it was 7 plus 6 for the dice rolls.
Yeah.
So that's
Oh, yes, that's
13,
yeah.
26
Yeah. Plus.
plus 4.
Plus. Okay. Cool.
30.
Nice. On the one
Damn.
next to Von.
Yeah.
Nice. That is. Two, 3 have been hit. That's taken some damage. You line up and fire straight into the heart of the orb as it again dials down, but the arrow shoots through slowly and just tips and falls out the back of this one in front of you. The light on this one now is very dull as it's glowing there in front of you. You can almost see whatever it is inside. You can't see any form there, but the size of it is so much smaller than it was before. It took a shit ton of damage.
how small is it now?
It's like a floating ball
It's yeah.
in the bath.
It's like 2 big melons.
Biggity.
You about 2 foot across. You can try. You can try. Cool.
Those are some big melons.
There's some real big melons, man.
Watermelons or honeydew?
You throw me off there. Von. Okay, cool. So, sorry, that was Fabian, right? Zaga, you're up.
So
Wow, we can't tell the difference between Alps. Disgraceful.
it's terrible racist, isn't it?
Racist.
So is it less than 2 foot wide now?
You're looking at it. It looks like it might be like it's shining a light, but it could well be less than 2 foot wide.
I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna run up to it and attempt to throw the bag of holding over the top of it.
Perfect. Roll a strength check to try and grapple it.
Zaga doesn't need weapons. Zaga's got a bag of holding.
I think every time you try to reach for something out of the bag, though, you're going to get electric shock.
It's 11.
11. So as you run up, jump to get this bag over, you whip it over the top of the thing, and it floats through the bag. And
Floats through the
It
bag.
doesn't. Well, it's immune to grapple. It cannot be grappled in any way. So as you try and grab it, it dissipates and comes back together as a form of life. There's nothing as you whip through. There's nothing there to gain any purchase on. You just straight through.
Okay. I guess I'm right next to this now, right?
You are stood right on top of it now. Yeah.
How close is the other wall?
The one on the guys.
The one above Faywin there.
Above Faywin. Well, it's between 2 people, so you haven't got clear sight on it from where you are. It's only 20
I
foot
don't
away.
need sight, but it's 20 foot. Okay, that's
Yeah.
too far.
Okay.
Okay, in that case, I'm just going to use my draconic cry to cry at the one in front of me,
Yeah.
which means until the start of my next turn, everyone in the group has advantage on attack rolls against it.
Oh shit, knuckles.
Cool.
And that's just a
I
straight.
only get
thing,
2 of those a long rest.
Yeah. How does your cry come out? It's not squeaky.
In this case,
Oh no.
This is
no,
the
I remember a play back on the Isle of Drakkar, and there was a line that resonated, and I've decided to twist it a little bit, and I've yelled, "Let there be dark!"
Nice.
Nice.
As you scream out like the swamp ripples out in a cone from. Is it a cone? Oh yeah, it's 20 foot. Right?
It says enemies within 10 foot of me, so I guess it's
okay,
a 10 foot. What's the word I'm looking for? Radius, diameter,
I think it's a cone from your mouth because that's how the dragon works. But we can check it out.
It doesn't say cone. I assume it's just 10 foot in a circle.
Ah. Okay. Cool.
Does it have a symbol on the range and area, like the diagram of what the?
No, it just simply says as a bonus action, you let out a cry at your enemies within 10 feet of you.
Okay.
Yeah. Sweet. Yes, you cry out. The cry goes out across the swamp as it ripples out, and there is now advantage against the one that is up against.
I'm just imagining. Was it Beverly Hills Chihuahua? Who does that?
I don't know. Corin, at this point, you as you towards your direction as you're peeking out, you see Meadow look towards you like, "Please, why's they not looking? Help me now." Von Van, you up?
I am going to wing my scimitar at the one that's directly in front of me. Then.
Nice. You got advantage on the attack.
That is 23.
23 definitely hits. Jesus, yeah.
And that is 6 points of damage.
6.
Of slashing damage.
Slashing damage. So you swung, and this thing is, as it's moved to like split and form again, it's getting smaller and wicked. You slice through again. Again, you feel like as you slice through, it's weird because you're definitely feeling that you're hitting something, but you're swinging through way quicker than the resistance you're used to on an attack with the sword. It would be whimpering now. This light is barely hanging on to being lit at the moment.
Have I got clear? I suppose I haven't got clear sight of the one on the other side of Feywind, have I?
No, it's kind of behind her. Well, you can see it. So what you want to do? It'd be a plus AC to hitting with something if it's got to have a line.
Well, I mean, I get it as a bonus action, and it's range, so there's no point using it on the one directly in front of me. So I might as well use the luminous arrow again on that one.
Use it on Meadow.
Well, I suppose I could use it on the one directly in front of me because the disadvantage would disappear with the advantage on it, wouldn't it?
It would be a straight roll because it's until your next go, right? Yeah, so you can wail on this.
Yeah, I'm going to use it on the one directly in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
That is a 17.
17. It does not hit. Wait, isn't it just not additional damage? Was it an additional attack? Bonus action?
It's an additional attack as a bonus action.
No, 17 does not hit, unfortunately. These little bars are difficult to get hold of. Sweet, that's your additional. The Elps, your little Elp helpers, swack away at the one that is in front of them. And that takes it down to... cool. And you can just hear them there, that's like just wailing away on this thing, trying to slice it out with swords as they dance down in the corner. And it's back to Arta at the top.
Top of the dead.
Yeah, but they've got +2 to wisdom. I overheard Herb say it earlier. It's whether I think I can do more with a hammer. What's my,
This is how I approach
hammer.
many things in life. Can I do more damage?
My hammer bonus. My hammer bonus is +4, which means I need anything above a 14, which is a minimum. Right, I'm gonna go flank the one at the top
Oh, yeah, nice. Ow, fucking trees.
because I can still stay out the
Yep,
out the
still sounds
water,
right. Yep.
but still get 'em. And then I'm gonna hit him with my hammer.
Nice. Take that hit with advantage.
2 seconds. Let me open my Tic Tacs.
Yeah. You should get
Shaking your
tic
tic tacs, me.
Ah, I got it for you. Got them before you.
That is a 23 to hit.
23 hits.
Hold on 2 seconds.
Nobody look at this score.
Too late.
I know. Posting pictures
Oh,
of dicks.
bloody hell, I put the dice away. 1d8 plus 2. What was the question? I took my headset off.
You don't want to hear. Alex is posting pictures of dicks.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that. That's 6 plus 2. That's 8 points of bludgeoning
Sorry, how many?
damage. 8 points of bludgeoning.
Nice. Is this fun? No. Oh, that one is me. Nice. I can't do maths. Cool. You swing through, and again, you get the same thing I'm describing the others. As you swing in, you swing with a lot of force, and you carry a lot of that force through. It takes. You feel it. You're hitting something, but it's not doing as much as you would like it to do, or you'd be used to feeling.
Yeah, I assumed that, but just based on the arrow. But at the same point, don't use spell slots, so, you know.
Yeah. Save them up. This boy here, boop, hidden boy, is going to peer back in front of Zaga, and a little electric boy is going to shoot out. Does a 14 hit?
Yeah, it's
Nice. Oh, baby shitholes. It's got nothing to add, has it? No. That is 15 points of lightning damage as this thing flies up in front of you and fires us.
15!
Yes, 2d8, and I rolled pretty well.
Run away!
hey guys, I think we should get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, big strike strikes in. It stays in front of you. It's there. That's now not hidden. You've got the one on the two guys over there. That doesn't hit. It's a 4. I rolled a nat 1 for the one in front of Vaughn, and the one in front of that's just been hit with a hammer. It's going to try and strike back at you. That is a dirty 20. Arta.
Where is it again?
A dirty 20.
Dirty 20 does hit.
Does hit. That is 11 points of lightning damage.
Oh, I might be dead. I can't use my reaction if I'm down, can I?
No.
I'm down.
Nice. No. You can't use your reaction to it. To be your reaction. As a big bolt goes out and Zaga hits the soft deck. Arta. Yeah, your names are the same to me. When you're all dead, it doesn't matter. That is their go. Corin, you are up.
I'm tempted to put Mido out of her misery. Can I say my side of the board, please?
Yep. So you are behind a rock. You have, meadow out. Also, that's not good. You will go and stand on outside this one.
Step to where I can see that overlight closest to me and take a shot at it.
The one that's on the L, the
Yeah.
elf publisher. Yeah, you can step out just one to the side. That should be fine. Yes, 30 foot.
That will be a 12 to hit.
12 does not hit. There's another one.
I will move back behind the rock and Make a roll to hide as a bonus.
Roll your stuff check.
That'll be a 16 again.
16, nice. Faye, when you up, Zaga next.
So have I seen
Yeah, you've
Arta
seen Arta
go down? Yeah. And Zaga's been hurt. But he's not down yet, right?
Not yet. Very close. On a lukewarm scale, I'm feeling like a 1.
Oh shit, okay. Would drinking a potion count as
It's a bonus
an action, or can I still attack?
Bonus action, drinking a potion.
Okay. If I try and shoot the vine, will I be able to shoot it so that it unwraps from her neck?
You wanna? Sorry, hang on. Wait, what? You wanna shoot an arrow towards to break
The vine, to break the vine so I can see that bit where it's covering her chest. I am incredible with a bow.
Oh, I'm waiting for you to miss this one. You can certainly try. It's going to be difficult though. I warn you now because you're trying to target aim. at
Not
single
one, not
thing.
one, not
Yeah.
one, not one.
So you can, yeah. So roll your attack.
$18.
18. Okay, roll your damage.
So I've got Hunter thingy still on.
Mm-hmm.
That's only on the
That's on
overflight.
Well,
yeah,
then it's
yeah.
just 9.
9.
Yeah, I've got such sweaty hands. I'm so stressed.
That's a good roll there.
If that adds to anything.
Yeah, it does. Cool. Yeah, so you fire out your arrow and you're trying to break the
The one across her neck.
one across the neck. So you fire out steady and you're dangerously close to like shooting. You're trying to aim just below her neck to hit a thing. If you aim slightly above that, you're shooting her directly in the neck, right? And as the arrow comes in, you see it glance the top of the vine as it looks like it goes to break and slams into Meadow's neck as you hear her cry out and just go, I have to do everything myself! As a disguise drops in front of you. An old, long white hair, moss clinging to the sides of it, green, looks like cloak, could be moss, that runs out, and these two spindly white arms, like bony arms, long old nose, this thing just sneers back at you as you've just shot your friend, clearly. Yeah. You essentially attacked it.
Wow. Do I still have a bonus action?
Yeah, you still have bonus action, yeah.
I don't want to leave Art on the floor. I don't have anything that can help him get up, do I? What if I pour?
You can,
Yeah, can I pour the
You can
healing
pour-
potion in his mouth?
yeah, you can move around to him if you stay close to this wisp here.
Yeah, I wasn't that far.
Yeah.
Yeah, can I put it in for him?
You better put it in his, you want to guide him in.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
Can
roll
I?
Yeah, pour, you bonus action, you uncork the potion and pour it into Art's mouth. Roll the
So that's
healing for it.
2d4 plus 2 hit points. Do I have to do that
Mm-hmm.
for him?
I hope
you
so, because I've only got my D20 for death saving throws.
Yeah.
So 1 plus 2, 3.
3. Woohoo!
Yeah.
So
Well,
yeah, Arthur, you come round like.
I tried.
Wait, hold on. How
No, because it's 2d4 plus something, so you can't.
Plus 2 hit points.
Oh.
So I rolled a
5.
1 plus 2.
Oh, is it only 1d4?
2d4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit, my bad. So you get 5 plus 2, 7.
7. No, that's much better.
Hey!
So after
Bit
you
better,
wake
isn't it?
with
Jesus.
Faywin kind of cradling your head as she just the remnants of the last drops of the healing potion hit the back of
I
your
shout, I should have got the berries.
Do you shout that?
No.
Because you're hidden. Shout it if you want. Perfect.
And
I
then
wouldn't,
I'm
I
like-
wouldn't see it
I
anyway.
splutter up. I splutter up.
Spot it. Nice.
He's
Zaga.
spotted up so
Yeah.
much that you cut him off.
Oh, exactly. Zaga, you're up.
I'm up. I can't move because I've got two of these things right next to me. I got that spell. I've got 1 HP.
You can disengage, I think.
Yeah, you can disengage as an action.
Yeah, okay, I can have disengage, but that's an action, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That uses your action.
Can I hit the witch lady with a crossbow bolt from here?
What's the range of your crossbow? You should be able to.
30.
No. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45.
She's too far away from me, so I really can't do anything except disengage. So I will disengage, and then I will move. I guess I'll move towards the rock that I don't know Corin's hiding behind.
Okay. So you want to go in front of the elves here? Or around the back?
Water side of them.
Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20. What's your movement?
30.
30. You can get to here.
Cool. I can't eat a berry, can I? That's an actual action, not a bonus.
No, you can do a bonus action. We're just saying healing's bonus action. If it's potions.
Yeah, you can only have one at one per
You can
turn.
only take 1 per turn.
I will eat 1 berry.
2 HP! Yahoo! That is you up. Okay.
Oh, what? It's put me into death saves on my sheet. I think I killed myself instead
You
of
took
doing
one
that.
off instead of put one on. You choked on the good berry and died.
Oh, bloody hell, to give me bad berries.
That's not holding. And cool. So you are too far off. She's there. As you are who fired at her? She can't really see you now, friend. You're too far away. As she sees
Me.
the little kobold running across, you hear a string of just vile. She can see within range of the target. Yeah. So as you're running, Zaga, you hear her turn to you like, "Come here, you tiny little rat! I'm gonna eat you!" And can you roll a wisdom saving throw, please, as you scuttle along?
Is that a vicious mockery?
That is indeed vicious mockery. Get in your back.
Vicious mockery, shit.
What's your
14.
14. Oh, yeah, you say spellcasting DC is 12. Congratulations.
Oh wow, mine's a 14.
Oh well, you did, you know. All right, it's not competition.
I got a bigger saving throw than you.
Yeah, I think you just saved straight away, right? Because it's just a cantrip. Cool. That's her go, and then she is going to just. Oh, and I rolled a fucking nat 1. She thinks she's been smart. She disappears under the water of the swamp. Makes her way over here. You, I rolled a 1 on her stealth check, so you see the water moving as she just gets her way through, and she is under the water as you see her now. So she's going to be slightly more difficult to hit, but you know where she is.
You see the bubbles.
Yeah. There's no bubbles. Von Van, you're up.
Okay.
You've been left with 2 balls.
Run away.
Yeah, I've been left with 2 balls. Fantastic. Okay, I am going to. So one over by Baywin and Arthur, right?
Yeah, there's 1 over by Feminata and 2 by you.
Okay.
One of them by you is very weak,
Yeah.
but you also have seen the damage they can do.
Mm-hmm. I know. I am going to cast Guiding Bolt on the one near Faywin and Arthur.
Nice. Is that a save or is that an attack?
That's an attack.
Cool. What your attack?
That is 22.
22 hits. Not quite.
What?
I after I realised it was a range attack, I thought you might have had advantage, but you don't because
Oh yeah, no, yeah, it's a ranged attack, isn't it?
I got excited. Wheeled it back.
That is it's 12 damage of radiant damage.
12 radiant damage. Jesus. You fire. Yep.
And at that point, after hitting, I shout across to Arthur, use the light.
Mm-hmm.
I've been noticed before when I used the bow on the luminous bow on the previous one, it actually seemed damage it.
And as you fire
I
across
shout
into
back.
this one, this guiding bolt hits the orb, and the orb almost completely disappears before coming back, and it comes back at the third of the size it did before.
I shout back. I've only got one spell slot and I need to heal.
On the doctor's scale, I'm pretty fucked up.
And I also, at disadvantage, use my luminous arrow on the one right next to me, the weaker
one's
of
really
the
weak.
two.
Yep. You can indeed.
That is 18.
18 does not hit, just misses. Unfortunately.
Okay.
You hear the elves still going. They are completely just firing away at this this one orb that keeps trying to electrocute them a little bit. They're kind of ducking and darting around. Well, they would technically have advantage on the attacks. Maybe one guy would have hit. It's not doom over. I'm not moving them, but they're like jousting round side to side around this orb, and they're just completely absorbed for this one thing. As Arthur, we're back round to you. You've just had a potion poured in your mouth, just come back and heard the call out from Von Van. And turned your head valve.
This is going to be. Do I do this?
Do you heal or do you kill or do we do?
Do I go for the witch thing? Even though it's underwater, but we know where it is. Oh yeah, why don't we just... they've probably got better movement than we do.
Probably.
Shit. Fuck it, you only live once. I say aloud. I'm going to attempt to cast Guiding Bolt on the witch thing. Oh, I left my D20 on the table outside. Oh no, I don't. It's my pocket.
Nice.
Flying on the
Guiding
dice.
bolt.
Ah, it's not happening. 13.
13 does not hit.
And
That's
that's all my spell slots. Fuck, I can't do anything else. I salute the rest of the team,
Yeah.
preparing for my final days.
Oh,
It's been fun.
Stand there. I like it. Yeah, that one.
I don't.
Is going to. We are at the turn of my willowy boys. Ooh. Let's roll a d4. Using d4. Oh, I can't see it. Faywin does a 14 hit.
No,
No,
thank
the
fuck.
lightning bolt comes out of this orb that is weakened in front of you, and Arta fires out. You manage to dodge as you're watching its movement and trying to. You can't really gauge from where it is, but as you see, like the light just starts to. You know the bolt's coming. You manage to get out the way of it. Our little elven friends. I rolled a nat one again against those. These guys are going to live forever. The weak.
Can you roll that one on the ones that are attacking me, please?
No, I just rolled a. Oh, I rolled a cocked nat 20. I rolled a 9 for you.
No, it
Ron,
does not hit.
and a 13.
Does not hit either.
Wowzers, trousers! I just managed to miss on all the attacks with my little wispy boys. Corin, round to you. You're hearing again, and you've seen the bubbles of the hag disappear through the swamp as you continue to hide behind your rock.
I kind of step out to my rock, from a rock, and I shout, "We need to get out of here! We need to get out of here! Get away! We can't win this one!" And I make a dash for the edge of the area.
Back the way you came. So
Yeah.
that way is where you came in. If you went any other direction, you're going either deeper into the border forest, or
Yeah, back the way we came.
yeah. So you dash, yeah.
Yeah.
How far does that get you?
50 foot for dash.
50, so you get over. You're breaking through the back of the tree lines now. As the two elves hear you, and they're like, "Okay." Fabian, you're up, and Zaga next.
Is there anything I can? I know there's nothing on the board. Is there anything I can hide behind where I am?
Yeah, if you want to use your, it's a bonus action, right? So you
Yeah,
can
bonus
movement and
action.
action. Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. There's more trees. I just haven't put one there.
There. It's gonna be 11.
So 11.
Yeah.
Better hope nothing's coming for you. Yeah, man only has so many trees printed. Cool. That is. Yeah, sorry, Fabian.
Can I use an Arcana check so I know what it is that is crawling through the woods like a fucking creep, please?
You
It's a witch.
can use an Arcana. Arcana might not be. So Arcana is trying to gauge the like magical status of it more than what it actually is. It'd probably be more nature or history to if you've heard or learned about these things before.
Okay. I'll do a nature because I want to understand how she took Meadow, how she looked like Meadow, and it's a 16.
16. You don't know a lot, but you have heard the stories of wicked witches and hags that live and steal children in the woods. It's, again, one of the like children's stories growing up, like they're going to the woods because the witches the hags were doing. And you know, as part of that, they've been heard to, they've been known to lure people into their death, either by disguise or by mimicking their sounds, of course. But they have to have, obviously, if they're mimicking human voices or illusory appearances, they'd have had to see the thing that they are mimicking.
Yeah. So at this point, I look around at everyone who's obviously, they're all looking worse for wear, as am I. I'm feeling about a 4. So I look back at where Corin's just shouted from, and I look back to where Meadow's supposed body had been at the tree, and I look back to the group and I say, he's right, we need to get out of here. And then I shoot an arrow at whatever light bulb thing is. Is there one of them blocking our way back?
You've got one that is in melee range with you now, yeah, with you and Arta, and then there's 2 that are in front of Von, and 1 that's in front of the elf guys that you've got. But again, you can if you want to not take an attack of opportunity, you can use your action to disengage, and then use your move to get away if you don't want to risk it. But you can fire and risk running and seeing if it attacks you.
I'd like to disengage and run.
towards where just straight the way you came, right?
Yeah, like
So
towards
what's your
my corridor.
movement for 30?
Yeah.
Cool. So you get into the tree line, running kind of general direction there.
But I'm calling back to the rest of the people that are still there, like,
Yeah.
we need to go.
Zaga, you're up.
I guess I'm just gonna sprint behind those two elves. Fuck those two guys, right?
So you want to go the same way Corin went, so give
Yeah,
the
yeah,
5
but
foot,
just behind the elves, so I'm not running straight past that bulb they're attacking.
Yeah, so that's what I mean. So you can go round them that way, or you can go round them the other way. You can go the way Corin went, or you can go behind them, behind the tree as well.
Behind them.
Okay, cool.
Because I think I can run further that way. I have to go less far around.
What's your full movement? Double movement?
30.
So you only want to go 30, or do you want to use your action to dash?
Sprint. Let's go all the way.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So you get up quickly alongside. At Corin, as you're attempting to hide, you come rushing. What's your passive perception, Zaga? Look at 13. 14.
Mine 11.
11. So as you're running through, you literally pass by Corin as he's trying to hide behind like a small little tree stump there. You're like, and you see him as you pass by him by about 10 foot.
Run.
I love how the pulsating of the camera is adding to the effect. It's drama right now.
That's Arta's health right now when he Arta right now when he realizes that everyone else has run away and he's the only one left.
I'm still here. I've got fucking 2 of them on me.
I did shout back.
Can I disengage from 2?
No. You can disengage from 1. What is she going to do? You just hear out as she sees. She knew you were a bit too far away, didn't you? You hear as you're running away, Faywin, from the swamp. Help! Please! Faywin, help me! And then as you finish, you just hear this cackle as this, from what you guys can see, this witch pops up and then just disappears.
Like a mermaid.
Not,
Or she floated.
she's not like a mermaid. She's like a horrible, scabby witch.
Yeah, like a scabby
So
mermaid.
she, like,
But did
pops-
she
yeah,
go back in the swamp or she floated away?
She just, you can't see anything because you're running. You just hear the
think
same
I'm just
cries and the laugh. But yeah, Von Van and Arta, you'll see her appear from the swamp, and then as the cackle laugh, and she like laughs out into the air. She just disappears from view. Von Van, you are up.
And I can't move,
You can-
can I? Because
You can.
I can't disengage from both of them, so I'm
You
still...
can disengage one and take the risk on one if you use your action, I suppose. Yeah, one of them is very weak, like on the doctor scale, 2 health points weak.
Use your bonus arrow first.
The other one.
Can I use the bonus first?
You can use your bonus action. It
Yeah.
doesn't say you have to attack first to use it, does it?
No.
No, so you can use your bonus action first, yeah. You need to hit a 19 or higher. Do 2
Yeah.
points damage.
At disadvantage as well.
At disadvantage. 'cause
It's a
close.
ranged spell.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's been Zaga's go already, right?
Okay, I am going to...
What you got?
I'm going to attack the weak one with my scimitar.
Yeah.
That is a... Yeah, that's a 22.
That hits.
For 5 damage.
5 damage is just enough because it was resistant. As the one in front of you disappears, and as it disappears, you hear like almost like a scream go out and just dissipates in the air like.
Okay, I am going to use bonus luminous bolt on the one that is by Arta.
Ooh. Nice. One is
Can I ask our character, these spirit guardians?
These are not spirit guardians.
And that is also a 22.
That also
I think
hits.
one's just destroyed Meadow's soul.
That is 6 radiant damage.
6 radiant damage. As another one. And Arton, you hear this as it the radiant damage hits and engulfs the ball as it disappears in smoke. There, as a scream, drop, breathe, breath,
Fuck.
heavy breath disappears. Cool. You got movement.
I am going to stay where I am.
Cool. Okay. The 2 elves are going to heed the warning, disengage. They get the fucking hell out of dodge themselves. And they quickly, being leggy elves, manage to get just in front of you. Zaga and Talon's like, follow me, I'll get us back on track. As they start making their way towards the pathway you had before. Arta, back around to you at the top.
I run away using my action to dash, and as I go, do I say I'm fast as fuck boy, or do I go for Von Van will remember you?
Yeah, cool. So with your movement, you get out in front.
I'm sorry, I don't have any spell slots left.
There are 2 left. The elves ran. Okay, Von Van. I rolled a 11.
That's not hit.
That's the last one. Before you, this wisp is not going to give chase for where they are. And it is round to the. I'm assuming the rest of you are just going to carry on running unless anyone wants to turn and do anything. I'm going to go back to Von Van.
I'm probably still the closest to him, right?
As it
Somewhere
stands
around.
now, yeah.
So I want to shout at him in Elvish, like, "Come on, we've got to go. It's not worth it." In Elvish.
I want to take an action.
Okay, so you the first to call, yeah.
Can I move? Can I see that one next to Von? Where I am? To shoot.
You can, but it is partially obscured by the rock. In fact, it
How
is
far would it be
three-quarters
for me to move to be a clear line of sight?
covered. Like 15 foot sideways.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Well, if you want to get clear sight with no disadvantage whatsoever, it's going to take your full movement. What's your full movement? 25.
25. Yeah.
Yeah, so you don't.
Let's ask
have
about
to
the
reach-
bonus action dash. Does that use the movement I have originally? Or do I get extra movement?
No, it's extra movement.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll move there. I'll fire at the orb,
Yep.
which would be a 21 to hit.
That hits.
And there'll be a sneak attack on it.
It's in melee with one of your allies.
So that'll be 11 points of pacing.
11 points. Nice. You see the you'll see the arrow as well from when you're facing up. This the arrow goes in again, slides in, and pops out as the orb dulls down. It's looking weak, but not dead.
And I will use I'll shout, run, Von, and I'll use my bonus action to dash away.
Cool. So yeah, you guys have dashed out. It's over to you, Von.
Sorry, just quickly.
Yep.
Is there a way that you could move the camera slightly so it stops the refocus thing?
Yeah. But I'll put it just directly on where you guys are just running away, right? This way. Scary cats.
Yeah, that's done it. Thank you.
Okay. I'm going to use my action to disengage.
Yep.
If I disengage and then move, can I still use my starry form to attack it once I've moved?
I don't see why not. Yeah, if you disengage, move, and then use your
bonus action.
Yeah, it's a bonus action.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. I'll move as far as I can.
So
I got 35 movement.
yeah,
So
so you'll be just in front of Faerun.
and then I will use my luminous arrow on that. That's an 11.
11 does not hit.
Okay.
Cool. Alright, you guys have all managed to run free. If anyone wants to look back, orbs disappear from in front of you. But yeah, as you're running your way through the forest, are you following the elves in front?
I don't think it matters because we can't get lost in the forest with Faerun around.
With Faerun, that's true, yeah. Well, you can't get lost, but you don't exactly know where you're going. It's a very interesting one. So you can't get lost, but if you just walk into a forest, you can only walk back the way you came. You don't just know where stuff is in the forest. Yes, you are out of initiative. You had a close running, and fought your way through. And as you see, as you're running and pushing through the brush and bashing back, so you're taking little bits of cuts here and there. Won't do any damage because some of you might die. And you almost run straight into the elves as they're on the route, and they're like, "Stop! This is the way back. This is the way back."
So that hag must have seen your friend.
Are we moving? I'm assuming we're going.
Yes,
Right.
We're moving.
Take us back.
Yeah, they start.
As we're walking, I'm turning to Faerun and saying that hag must have seen your friend if she copied her.
I had a funny feeling about her. She didn't seem right to me.
Well, when we were growing up, we always had this thing that if ever we needed to know each other, we would say my brother's name. That was my brother's name, sorry, like through my crying. And when she didn't say it, I just got caught up. Are you all okay? I can't believe that I put us all in danger.
It's not too far, Faerun. You went to know.
I guess I owe you one now as well. Oh, I hate favours.
You're 50 gold, Marley.
50 gold.
It doesn't
Can
matter
I?
about the
Can I?
money.
Is there like dishes I can wash or something? 50 gold is not really something.
You can do it nails. You can do it nails. You can do it nails.
Consider it a thank you from the spiders. Don't worry
You know
about
what
the
I
money
could do
after.
with after that?
A Saturday.
A spa day.
I'm gonna drown you. In the
Party.
I don't know about you guys, but I could do with a drink.
What's that about a sink?
Use it to fill water so you can go to a spa.
Flippancy. People need to be any fucking day. Motherfuckers.
I assume we're still running back to safe.
At
Yeah,
this
so-
point, I say to Faerun in Elvish, "Don't worry, we will find her. I'm sure she's alive still." We'll
At that
find her."
moment, I let out a little squeal and I turn to Von Van, my point, Martha Gape, and I go, "He came back from the dead! He came back from the dead!" I'm pretty convinced
What?
we left him for dead, right? That happened. I kind of look towards everyone.
I mean,
I mean,
no,
I'm happy you're alive. Or back alive?
I never died.
The only one who hit the ground was you, Big Red.
I wipe off some mud from my face. Right. Oh yeah, I did hit the floor.
I turn to Von and in Elvish, I say, I recall the story that I heard as a child about how those sort of hags lure people in. And I say, you know, Meadow was smart, but for her to have taken her identity, like Zaga said, she would have had to have got really close, and I'm starting to think maybe I can't even say it.
Good.
And I clutch the necklace around the locket around my neck, really dramatically.
Really dramatic. So you could carry the conversation on after you've kind of run for about 5 to 10 minutes before they get themselves clear, and then the guys are like slow you down to you're back on the track to pick up the kind of slower, stealthier movement through the forest to make sure you get back without anything else going wrong. And they, after a good kind of 45 minutes to an hour of trekking through, you make your way back and come out back to the and you kind of would have noticed, but coming back out, it is an hour, probably just coming out into just after the midday sun. As you like,
have we got enough time to take a long rest and still get to that secret meeting of Corin's at the other pub?
Not a long. Oh yeah.
If it's just
after
after
11.
midday in that meeting,
It's after 11. Yeah, you're right. So it's probably like 12, 1 o'clock. So if you went and all just went, right, let's just sleep through the 8 hours now, you could wake up for the evening. Yeah, you could.
I'm going to find another inn because I don't think I'm welcome back at the original inn.
Oh, I was thinking we just crash at the. I was thinking we just crash here at the church thing here at the
Camp.
Elk camp.
But I don't know if church like pews are not comfortable.
I mean, you can sleep outside if you want.
Church pews it is.
Talon turns around and says to you guys, look, I think for what you're doing for us, I think we can probably spare you some bunks in one of the barracks. You won't need to sleep in the church pews, don't worry.
Church pews it is.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So I'll see you guys in about 8 hours when I wake up again.
Yeah, if that's what you want to do. So if you guys get back to camp, and as you see out on the bridge, they've kind of made a makeshift. What was the 2 planks are over there? They're now laid down a bit more. In a few hours you've been away, they've made some minor repairs. So at least it's a sturdy wooden walkway across the broken areas of the old bridge now. And as you come back,
I guess we should report to the commander at least.
Yeah, I was going to say, as you come back through at the border now, there's less presence. Where you pass through the border, you didn't kind of, I suppose, notice so much on the edge of the camp. They now have the guards out in place rather than the lines of like the military lining they had before. They have actually a gate there that you can now see, and they have a few people that post up in some like pillboxes on the side as they come out, and they notice Talon come in. And at that point, a whistle goes out, and the captain comes out. It's like, how did you guys get on, Talon? I forgot his name. Earwig. It's not Earwig, is it? You guys are safe, and they like kind of recount through bits of what's going on, and he turns to you guys like, so you ran into a few problems. No signs of the party.
Well, that hag must have seen your party because it took the form of Faywin's friend.
Oh, yes, you did. Oh, you have encountered a hag. Jeez. Okay. We've heard that there's stuff deeper in the forest, but a hag this close to Redvant isn't great.
How do you know it's a hag?
Well, a hag's something I'd call any kind of old dame.
Oh, right, yeah.
And someone did
No, I was talking to the Alps
Oh,
more than
the
anything else.
Alps. Oh, how does he know? Oh, we have reports come back all the time of different things out in the woods. I mean, you hear stories. I had never myself seen a hag, but the guys at Eden keep a much more detailed log of the fey creatures that make their way into the forest. Wow, to see you guys alive is quite something. Do you
Makes you wonder if it'd be better if, just chop down the forest, then they can't kind of hide there.
That is one option, but the forest is our home as well. So, yes, if only it was as easy as chopping down the forest.
I kind of give Arthur a stern look without saying anything.
I register the stern neck and wink.
Easy fuck. So you, no, pardon, but you look a little messed up. Would you like to use the facilities here? Have you got somewhere you're staying in town? Is there anything we can do? Are you planning on going back out? What's the plan from here?
I think we want to treat our wounds and get a rest and
And a drink if you got one.
A drink for the little guy.
Drinks, we can definitely sort drinks. And we owe you a few, I'm sure, from just clearing the troll yourselves. But if you, if you're willing to go back out and assist on the search party again, that would be great. We've sent word to Eden of the happenings, so we will see what they come back with. But yes,
And I need a few fighters there to take care of that pack, whatever it is.
we don't. Well, yes, if we do.
And you're gonna need to get some of your warrior elves down here.
We normally we actually just try and stay clear, and what Talon and Aaron will do is go and detail where the route was found, where the swamp was, and steer clear. We might change the routes. We don't tend to go out and just clear. We more mitigate and move with the ecosystem rather than try and destroy everything that's there.
And maybe it just this thing's what's causing all the animals to attack. Maybe it's this thing. And surely you want to get rid of it, no?
Well, this is the balance we have to, the things we need to weigh up. Again, clearing everything from the ecosystem isn't always the right answer. The balance is required, but we will investigate further. I'm assuming Talon saw everything that was going on, so we will get his account, and we will wait for the guys from Eden to tell us where to move from here. Like I said, we don't make the calls, unfortunately, from the border post. If that is what is deemed and required, then Eden, I'm sure, will deal with it themselves.
Anyway, maybe our father can do something about this,
I'm just staring off into the distance at this point.
Anyway,
Yeah.
maybe our father can do something about this. He said he's quite high up.
Yeah. But just staring off.
And the captain will give you like a bit of an extra stare from there, knowing that you would come in. You are a high elf, just to try and, I suppose, commit your face to memory. Anyway, let me get someone to show you to the living quarters here in Oldbridge. Like I say, we definitely owe you for today's exploits. So please grab a bunk, grab some food, grab some ale. Don't go crazy, please. Yes, that will be the hospitality of the Wood Elves of Eden. Sorry, I got the name of Eden. So please rest up for the day, and let us know if you need anything. And when you'd like to go out, we can arrange another escort, perhaps.
I'd like to rest for my 4 hours, which is my passive thing, and then I'd like to spend some time on my diary.
Yep.
And can I check? Can Zaga speak Draconic?
I can.
Okay. So I look at Zaga and I ask him in Draconic. Hey Zaga, are you okay? I'm really sorry about what happened out there.
How would you say that in Draconic?
Well, you wouldn't find that out, Weaver, because your character speaks Draconic. So I can't tell you any other way, I'm afraid.
I'm imagining Draconic is like a dragon screeching at something.
Yeah, but I'm doing it quietly. I'm very feminine.
Feminine dragon.
Go for feminine screech.
I'm not going to do it.
I stare at the elf, wondering how on earth it knows how to screech like a dragon. And then nod my head.
So you're all heading and taking your rests. Those that only need 4 hours, take your 4 hours, and you've got a bit of spare time. Those that want to take the full long rest and hit the long rest button, you will be heading straight in, and I'm assuming hitting the.
It says we need to rest for at least 6 hours, and we can perform no more than 2 hours of light activity.
Yeah.
For my light activity, I want to see if someone's around that can start training me how to use a shield.
That doesn't sound like light activity to me, does it?
I mean,
My light activity, I'd like to be hit with a thing to learn how to use a shield.
Well, no, the first stage.
Light activity is like
holding,
sitting, eating, and drinking. Same as short rest.
I want to see if anyone's got a scroll that explains how to wield a shield.
Spend 2 hours walking around talking to elves who are just like, what the fuck is this going on?
But go chase some ducks, Zaga.
That's not light activity. You can't go chasing ducks. Long rest is a long rest. You must take your rest. You can go for a light stroll, have some food and some water, and maybe a drink. But yeah, a long rest means not doing anything.
How
Perfect.
far away is the pub the inn was supposed to be visiting tonight?
The Fish and Shamrock. It's not too far. It's back. It's probably it's the distance from where you are to the Silent Dagger plus probably half again to get into the middle of Southtown. So all of
Time wise.
yeah, it's not going to be too long. It's going to be like probably between half an hour, no, about half an hour walk, between 20 and 40 minute walk.
I'd rather than take a long rest because I don't really need one. Can I go and try and scout out the outside of it?
You can indeed. What would are you telling anybody you're going?
Yeah, I'll tell Faye when we're going.
Yeah, Zach is snoring at this point.
Yeah.
You need to be careful, Corin.
Don't worry, I'll just go have a look around. I'll not be going in or anything. Just want to see what the surrounding area is like.
Cool. So you make your way. Yep. Everyone else resting.
Hell yes.
Before we kill Crow.
Yeah, buddy.
Nice. So the rest of you, bed down and take your rest, take your sleep where you need it. Get a few a bit of a clean up, a bit of a wash. You can have a bit of food and drink and just chat with some of the elves there around. Corin, you make your way into town, back up to find the Fish and Shamrock, and within Redvant, all of the inns and the stores and the blacksmiths and traders all around that same area. The Silent Dagger was the one that was further out, more to the south, but within this bustling areas where you see all the action going on around there, and doesn't take you long to kind of just piece your way, check different streets until you find the Thistle and Shamrock. It's more towards the border of the Cloudport as well, so it's more to the sort of northeast of the Southtown district. So quite close to the port piece there. So you see it's quite a large stone-walled inn, the Thistle and Shamrock, hanging on the swinging sign out the front. And you can see that there's a lot of foot traffic that kind of pass around, a few people going in and out.
What do the clientele look like?
Oh, you want to go in?
and out?
Oh,
No, not want to go in, just going in and out.
Roll a perception check.
That'll be a 15.
15. So the people dotting in and out. There's a few. A lot of them look like workers that have dotted in on lunch breaks. You see a lot of movement out when you get there. About the end of a few shift workers, you can see they look like either warehouse workers or dock workers or port workers that are coming back out. As you're kind of sitting through the rest of the day, a few more people kind of come in from Cloudport and drop in. Not a huge amount of footfall. You probably see between 15 and 20 people either leaving or coming over the afternoon. So not a hugely busy pub, but yeah, it looks like a bit of tourism from the Cloudport or people that come down from that area, or you saw the workers at lunchtime kind of leaving and heading down. But mostly.
Do I notice any sort of thieves markings around the area?
Roll a stealth check and an investigation check.
Okay, so stealth would be a 22. And investigation would be a net 20.
Net 20, nice.
I was quite lucky with this stealth because I rolled a nat 1, but I can't do a nat 1. So.
Yes. Oh, lucky, he says.
Yes.
Let's just check something first. So as on the Fisher and Shamrock itself, as you get kind of close and do a few pass-bys, you can't see anything from the front. The front looks fairly standard pub layout. Can't see anything. Doesn't look anything too dodgy. You kind of case round the back and around the sides, and as you dot down the alleyways to get around the back, you can see that there is a rear entrance, so you see that around the rear entrance, you can see that there is the odd marking, and on the walls and the corners, and there's a few little markings there, just to denote that this is somewhere to that thieves would meet, or that there was entrances nearby. There's like one like half block over is another one of those like kind of post box areas where you would leave notes in cracks and replace them with blocks and things like that. So one of those is quite clear by, but you can see there's a rear entrance that has some of the markings around it to denote that this is potentially an entrance for the guild.
Yeah, with that, I'll make my way back to the temple, the church, whatever it is.
Yep. Nice. So you, make your way back to meet with the rest of the guys. Yeah, I've just scouted out. You've seen a bit of foot traffic there, but nothing that would alert or alarm you. You can see there's some signs of the Thieves Guild being active, or Thieves Camp being used. As the rest of you kind of come to the end of your rest towards the end of the day, the evening time, the sun has well gone down. It's January evening. It's a bit of a nip in the air as you would all make your way slowly around to the kind of the cafeteria canteen area, like mess hall for them. There's no like dedicated pub or different area. There's one big meeting area, and then the different bunks are off in different kind of makeshift rooms in the old bridge. So yeah, one by one you kind of make your way back. Faywin, there's more enough space in there to sit at a desk and work on your diary. As people move in and around you, as they come off shift, the elves come off shift and change over, have a drink or have some dinner and move out. But yeah, as it gets to the kind of 8-9 o'clock in the evening, starts to quieten down a bit. There's the odd group of people that clearly don't have night shifts, elves that are perched up having a drink or two, but no, there's no like merriment of a tavern here. It's the odd group of people here and there, and at this time of night, fairly quiet. So over to you guys. You're all together. Unless you decided you don't want to be together.
Yeah, I walk in and see Faywin sat there, so I sit down next to her and ask, well, what are you working on there?
I let out a massive sigh. Just writing my notes from the day. I started a diary a few days ago. Just thought that maybe, my experience of adventure might end up being lore for someone else, but it's not easy to write after today.
We will find her.
I don't know if I believe it. When my brother went missing when I was younger, and Meadow became a sister to me, and I put my hand on my necklace at this point, and I just after I don't feel like I can leave her out there, but she might not even be. I can't bring myself to say the words, but I can't put us at risk either. Arta went down out there, and if it wasn't for him, I would have died to spiders just 2 days ago. What a wild few days we've had. And then
Put my hand on her shoulder. Hey, look, we're all here for each other. We know what we're facing out there now. We can. If we go back at full strength, we can work this out. We can find her.
I'm just not snot crying. They're just sort of like flowing down my face. And I carry on writing with my incredibly big quill. I hope you're right, Von. I just hope you're right.
Perfect. If no one has anything else, then I can clock round to about the time you should be leaving if you are going to make your way to the Thistle and Shamrock, unless anybody wants to do something beforehand. We can start that this evening.
I relay the information about the markings and possible thieves' activity around that area, that this could be a place where they hang out or they meet to the group, and just to be careful.
Are the shops closed at this point?
Yeah.
It's quite late, isn't it? Okay.
Yeah. So the walk up is like from where you are up there is probably if you get a little trip on 20-minute, half an hour walk. So it's coming round to like the time when if you're going to leave, you need to be thinking about leaving now.
I reiterate to Corin that I don't feel entirely comfortable meeting these guys.
I mean,
I
don't feel like you have to come down, man. You know, it's.
I know it's just
It's.
with hearing that they're probably linked to the Coven and Vex and Zarkle. It's just we're putting ourselves in the middle of a bad situation here.
I get that, but the way I look at things and the way I push things, the more information you have about something, the better judgment you can make on things, you know. But that's where I'm coming from at it.
I'm gonna pipe up here and say, I've been meaning to ask, what the fuck is the Coven?
They're a group of tieflings that effectively run this place. But
What's a tiefling?
It's what Arta is. It's...
Like him?
Yeah, Arta is a tiefling, yeah.
He's a tiefling? Okay.
If I'm at the table, I just ignore everyone.
But yeah, they're...
I washed my cloak and gave Arta his rope back.
Mm-hmm.
I washed and dried the rope as well. Just...
I look up and say thank you, and then I put it away and then kind of carry on.
So, are we going to this meeting or what?
Well, I mean, that's up to you guys. I mean, I'll be going, but don't feel like you have to come with me, you know.
I'm really good at being conspicuous. I'll have you know.
Notice Arta,
yeah. I'm a sly, some would call me.
We don't have to all go in together. Maybe I can go in first and like perform or something, and draw attention away from you guys.
I mean, sure, that's a possibility, yeah.
Oh, and I could be his hype man.
I'm sure they'll want me to sing. Everybody wants me to sing.
I mean, probably would be a good idea if I was to go out on my own.
I've got it. I'll be the hype man, and what I'll do is I'll go to the front, and just as he goes in with the main song, I'll shout, Oggy, Oggy, Oggy. And then everyone in the bar will go, Oi, 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 or something. It'll be great.
Wow. Is Bateman going to be like our dancer on stage?
I thought I could do the dancing as well.
I mean, you're the hype man.
I'm the... Yeah, okay.
That means you usually hold my smoke leaf and shout at the crowd.
Yeah, I can. I can do that, and I'm not very good at multitasking, so that would make more sense. So wait, who's dancing?
I'm not dancing.
You're not dancing?
No.
What's the plan?
Well, I need to be going now, so I'm going to go off, and if anybody else wants to come, you can come.
Wait, Corin, are you dancing?
No, I'll be talking to the guy. There'll be no dancing for me.
Playing the dance of conversation. How exciting.
Indeed.
I don't think that I should be on my own, so I'll come with you guys, but I'm not coming in. I'll stay in the local area, but I'm not going in.
Okay, you can watch the door.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Ron? You gonna stay with Faerun, or?
No, yeah, I'll come along as well. Yeah. I don't know if I'll come in or not yet.
Cool. So you make way through. It's cold. It's a cold night. Now with the cloud. You've had pretty good weather, but that means that the evenings are freezing. So there's a bit of wind that kind of passes through Southtown at this late eve, and it's not overly busy. It's not like there's parties going on every evening in Redvant. You can hear the odd hustle and bustle from different pubs and inns, a bit of chatting here and there, but nothing like raucous, as it is quite cold, and people will be heading back as you make your way. And also, it's getting towards the end of like kick-out time for some of the pubs. As you find yourselves making your way in, and Corin points out the Fish and Shamrock up in front of you. You can see lights on inside. You can hear a bit of music coming and a little bit of chat coming from the inside of the pub. As you are 30 foot, say, from it. It's up to you guys from here. Who wants to go in and do what from there?
So, do I hype you now, or like do we wait until you start playing? I mean, I know I suggested it, but I don't really know what I'm doing.
Well, first we gotta, get them to let us perform. So, we'll go in, we'll speak to the bartender. Obviously, we got a 2-man show. I'm the singer, you're the hype man, and you do like a light show or some shit. And
I can do light shows.
Exactly. And once we get on the stage, you just go with the flow. Just feel it.
I can do that.
You two are going first, and I'll give it 5 minutes before I come in.
Cool. We'll do that.
We'll be playing by then.
Wait, we got to think of a band name because it's not just Zaga the Bard anymore. It's
No. I don't wanna take the credit. It'll be like feet Arter for like the work we do together. But I still feel like you need to get your name out there.
Are you sure? I mean, we could do Zaga and Arter. It'd be like there was a duo back home on Draca many years ago. I think they were called Simon and Garfunkel.
No. We'll keep it as is. I'll be the, because realistically, I feel like you can go further than me, and I put my hand on his shoulder.
All right, let's get this show on the road.
Brilliant.
So yes, we'll enter and approach the bar.
So you open the door to the Fish and Shamrock. You hear inside music already playing. There is like a young tiefling with a fiddle who is playing imagine Irish, I suppose, like jig music. Nice quick beat on the fiddle with a few others that have just picked up, like one that's on like a little hand drum, and just playing a little beat in the fin. It's got a nice high, like a nice pitch and nice pace to the end of the night. There's a few people dotted around, not a huge amount. It's probably about 10 people in total dotted about, as they're in the corner, and you can see right up in front of you as you've got the seat, not too dissimilar from the Silent Dagger. You've got the seating area that comes in the as your immediate right, in the back, in that near side right corner is where the instruments and where the music is being played, and the bar is in front of you. And then to the left and right of the bar are these 2 large like semi-circle booths.
Still going to approach the bar.
Mm-hmm.
Go up to the barman. Hey, how you doing? Is it a barman or a bar lady?
It's a barman. There's a quite a burly human with a big, thick beard. He turns around and goes, "Well, hello, what we got here? Not seen you around here before, little one."
No, I'm new here. What's going on the stage? Is this like a charity thing? Are you taking pity on amateurs?
A charity thing, that is. That's Talia. You not heard of Talia? She is very, very good. Some say the best fiddle player, I forgot what the instrument was, fiddle player in Redvant. She's absolutely wonderful.
I mean, if you like fiddles, I guess. Kind of boring to me.
Well, I mean, you're free to go elsewhere. It's nearly kick-out time. So you can sit and enjoy. I can give you a beer. You can sit down and enjoy lovely Talia, or, you can find your way home.
No, I was hoping you'd let us audition. We got a 2-man show going on here. You might have heard of Zaga. I performed at what's the name of that other place we were at?
It's like the Iron Dagger or something, I think.
The Iron Dagger? Yeah, that place.
Right. No, we're not really holding auditions. We have a certain. Where's your instruments anyway?
Well, I've got my. What instrument do I have? I got my lute.
Lutes fit the bill. We do like a lute. We like our string instruments, but we're not doing auditions tonight. I mean, it is close to kick out. What you
Come on, one song. Just sorry. Go ahead, Saga.
Sorry. I mean, to be honest, like, we're clearly better than Talia. If you heard us, you'd know. I think we should have like a bard off.
Mm-hmm. At half an hour tick out time, you want to have a bard off.
Set them up for next show.
How about you come back in the day?
Arrange it for the future.
Next show. Why don't you come back tomorrow? Why don't we get you a beer? Get you sit down, have a listen, and then we'll sort this out another time.
I mean, we'll take the beer, but I've heard all I have to. Clearly, we're superior.
I mean, and your confidence means nothing to me. 2 ales?
2 ales.
No, have you got like a drac of whiskey?
Oh, and we can do the whiskey. Have you got any coin on you?
I got plenty of coin.
Oh, take a seat and we'll bring over your beers.
Whiskey.
Still want 2 ales, just to clarify.
2 ales. You want 2 ales?
She wants 2 ales.
Cool.
Yeah.
You going to take a seat?
Yeah, I'm going to take a seat somewhere near the stage and start heckling.
You're going to get fucking killed.
I'm gonna follow him, and every now and then I'm gonna activate thaumaturgy and cough really loudly.
Nice. Cool. So he brings over 2 ales and a drab of whiskey, and he's like, that's 4 silver for the ales, and that's 2 silver for the whiskey.
Same as an ale. Shit, I'll take a second one.
Okay, that's 4 silver each.
Cool.
I hand over 3 silver and 10 copper.
Nice. It's like, yeah, cool.
Hand over 4 silvers. I'm not going to be a dick.
That's
Not going to be a dick.
I mean, not over the money.
cool. Cool. Yeah, it takes the money, hands them down, brings you the second one, and you sit and heckle. Who's gonna die today? Cool. What are the rest of you lot want to do? Because I'm aware of time and this.
Fiddles suck.
Barney, you coming in? Are you going to stay favoring? Or...
I mean, if they're still serving, I'll come in for a water, but
I'm sure there's time to get a drink.
I'll come in for one, then we'll see. We'll see what happens. Bonnie, are you alright to go in for one?
Yeah, okay.
I'm just thinking, because if it's nearly kick-out time, do we know what time kick-out time is? We don't want to get stuck out here if they're going to lock up for this meeting that they're having.
Can I quickly, before entering, just have a little look around behind us, just to see if I can see anyone kind of off in a distance that look like they might be keeping an eye out for us?
Yeah, roll a perception check.
Oh, it's a nat 20.
That's really nice. No, as you look around, you can't see anyone. Like I say, the street's getting quieter now, and as you look around, there's nothing going on at the back of the pub that you can see. It's very dark at the back of the pub. You notice there's no natural, no artificial light at the back. Like that back street behind is almost in complete darkness. Your dark vision helping you see the kind of shapes of of where the door is and what's going on. But no one lurking, no one around the outsides that you're worried about. So.
Yeah, okay, in that case, yeah, I'll go in.
Cool. Okay. So you three enter, you see immediately, you hear the music, and it's a wonderful fiddle performance. You hear the odd here and there where these two are shouting.
I've stopped heckling, and I'm actually quite enjoying it, and I'm bobbing my head.
Okay. As you walk in, you see the bartender is just eyeballing their two table. The two of them on that table.
Zaga and Arta.
Yeah.
These are going okay.
Oh yeah. I mean, he thinks they're bad. You can see that
I
from
can see them two are already causing trouble.
Surely we can't get barred from another place.
What
I
do you
go
do?
to the barman. I go, are you all off by any chance?
I am indeed. I don't recognise you.
No, I'm fairly new to Redvant. I just wondered if you, I just wanted to ask about your tankards.
Oh, my tankards! Fuck! You've seen them, and if you look above the bar, like running along the top run, there is just like 50 at least tankards of different shapes and sizes and colorations, and ones with different decorations on, and one's made of different materials, and it's all and there's every different shape and style of ones that he's all got them laid up there, like definitely out of your reach, but like up at the top of the bar, just shine them off. Some of them look a little bit dusty and like they haven't been kept clean. Yeah, my tankards. I've been collecting tankards since I was a little boy. I was almost born to be a landlord, innkeeper, whatever they call me. But yeah, if you've got anyone's you're special away from, I can tell. I've got them from all over.
Oh, I'm from Breen.
From where, sorry?
Bryn?
Oh, from Bryn. Oh, Bryn. Oh, let me see. And he reaches up, runs along, and like, pulls out a tankard that looks like a miniaturized version of a tankard. It's like a half pint. He's like, you halflings. I mean, you make them a bit smaller than we got them over here, but look at this one, and it's just like it's a really nice, almost like a mug, ceramic tankard, big loop around the side, white, and it says along the top, it just says the Nordock, and there's a little ship sailing on it. He's like, yeah, I picked this one up when I went over to Bryn when I was much younger. We did a bit of a tour over there. It's very nice. Food's very good. You guys do a lovely bit of food over there. Yeah, pick this up on the way back.
Oh, that's a grand. That reminds me of home. So that's a grand tankard to be sure. Was I possibly get a table with a view of the sea there?
Oh, you want a table with a view of the sea? Just for you or for you and your friends here?
Just for myself, I think. I think they'll be sitting elsewhere.
Okay. And he kind of looks around you to those two there. And he's like, would you like a drink for your table, sir?
I'll take an ale.
Okay, an ale.
Could I get a net tankard there? That'd be okay.
Unfortunately, those tankards are just for viewing purposes. It's taken me a long time, and I've had a few problems with the old 5-finger discount people not only paying for the beer but robbing me tankard. But I'll get you a lovely clean one, don't worry about that. Sit down. And he goes, if you just sit round here on the right hand side, his right hand side, which would be your left hand side, I'll bring you a beer over. The view of the sea right there out the window.
Oh, that'd be grand. I'll go and sit on the table.
Can I help you two? As he looks to the two elves.
Could I just get some tap water, please?
Some tap water. You've had a busy night. Last orders will be soon. You want to get something more alcoholic in?
No, just maybe add some ice, and then I just stare off into the distance.
Okay.
I'd like a nice tap water, please.
Tap water coming right up. Anything, of course. You, sir?
Got any wine?
You fancy bastard.
We do indeed. Glass or the bottle?
Just a glass.
Just a glass. All right. Yeah, I mean, it is kick-out time, so you know, we haven't said. Of course we do. That'll be 2 silver, and don't worry about the water, obviously. I'm not a monster.
Okay. Yeah, done.
Cool. So yeah, he serves these up. What are both of your passive perceptions, elves?
Mine's 14.
Same.
Cool. So as you're getting served and you're talking there, you notice that he'd poured up an ale and popped it on the side, and as you're talking back, you look and you notice that the ale was gone, and you see a figure following Corin to where he was sat on that booth. Corin, you slide your way into the booth. You're looking out, and it is it's. If you imagine, it's like dug into the wall. If you imagine that way, so like the front is all wood, and then it's got the bench is like a semicircle that sits around a round table, and you kind of slide in on the near side, and you can see out the window. You can't see the sea out the window, but you've got a nice view of the window there.
I didn't catch that.
Oh. And as I'm saying there, my legs aren't touching the phone. I'm just swinging my legs.
Yeah, swinging legs. And as you're sat down, like kind of staring at a window, like a shadow just passes, almost like partial view, and slides in a seat across from you and pops the ale down, and just says, "Are we talking alone? Oh wait, no, that's the wrong voice. Are we talking alone?
Yeah, there's not anyone else here.
Well, I see the friends you came in with. I'm assuming they're staying here.
Yeah, they're just taking in the show and having a drink. You know, I did say it'd just be me coming
And then she goes,
to get the table to view.
"Cool." And she goes, "Okay." And then you hear a click, and the booth you're in just slides around.
Nice.
Do we notice the booth sliding round?
As you wouldn't notice the booth, but you notice when you look over there now, there is no booth there anymore. So the shadow kind of as you're, and because this is happening as he was talking to you, he's popped the drinks down. You've seen the person take the drinks, and as you look back, where Corian went and sat in a booth is now just a wooden wall. And that's where we'll stop for this week.
While
Da, da, da.
while Von's looking, I'd like to take a big swig of his wine.
Well, he's not looking.
While he's not looking, or while he is looking.
While he's not looking.
Oh, well, he's not looking.
Thank
And
you.
I'm going to end the session with one more heckle.
Mhm.
Fiddle to parameters!